We are back. Episode 2 in the hardest dynasty maybe I've ever attempted. Now, we had 35 NIL to go out and get recruits in year 1. Right now, we have 0. Just kidding. I've accidentally almost retired. Okay. That would have been a crazy start to this episode. In recruiting, we actually have a little bit over 400, and 55 of that is going on Brenton Maddox. We've already offered the scholarship. This time we have a little bit more flexibility. Of course, live on Twitch, as always, for this series, twitch.tv/Bengal. And he is ridiculously good. Only wanted 55 NIL. No offers from anybody else. 94 change of direction. 92 speed and acceleration. Shifty. He is a monster 3-star gem type of player. I'm sure if we scouted him the extra 20%, it would reveal that he is a gem. Pretty much guaranteed. And the whole deal, and this was a tough lesson to learn last year, if you don't offer the scholarship, even if you don't have the NIL to do so, you can still do it at 0, but they might lock you out. If you don't offer the scholarship, even if you're in the lead at the end of the year, they just will not end up on your roster. You need to offer the scholarship in order for them to end up being on your team if they are not previously committed. So what we're going to do this season instead is still have a similar approach with trying to land the under-recruited 3-stars. We just need to go after way fewer of them in order to get them verbally and then hard committed earlier so that they actually end up on our team. So the last method was going after a bunch of different players and trying to get in the lead and try to see if they would eventually end up on our team. This season, we're going after fewer players, trying to get more committed early, and then once they are committed, we can use ours elsewhere. We have way more NIL budget this season, so we are actually going to be able to offer scholarships. We don't have to go after a quarterback, but it's also important to note that we are going to need to pay any player who becomes good. That's the problem. And our only commit, our only true freshman player on the entire team is Keontae LeBourne. And it's fitting because we are about to be LeBourne again as we turn the ULM Warhawks into a contender and a competitor. And LeBourne is a very solid player. Impact Dev is pretty good, I would say. It's for what we're dealing with currently. There are so few of them on our team, and he's a legitimate star player. The accuracy is already okay. It's not that good, but it's okay. The arms talent is unbelievably better in general. 93 throw power compared to the 79 that we were using last year with Austin Carlisle. He's already somewhat smart and uncapped in that regard. He's elusive enough, and he is fairly fast. 87 speed, 86 acceleration, and he has the roller coaster and mental ability of being field general as well. So I think he can end up being a very, very solid player for us, but if he plays well, he's going to be expensive. So his current 0 NIL is going to jump up probably into the 150 type of range. Although he likes proximity to home, and we are very good in that regard, apparently. So he will be the starting quarterback. If you're curious about what the roster will look like, it is actually better than it was a year ago, but it's still very poor. We lost basically every good player, and I say good, no one's good here, but we lost every starter we had for the most part. Bryson Rowland will be the new starting running back. We also have Julian Walker and maybe J.R. Westbrook that will feature in at receiver. Of course, we lost talent there, but Parker Fulgham's okay at an 80 overall. Tremaine Ware, Steven Evans. Nobody is particularly fast or really good at anything. At tight end, unfortunately, we lost Bryce Anderson. We've got Cooper Eldridge and Cade Callahan stepping in. The offensive line is still a major weak point. And the worst part about it, and why I feel so bad about recruiting and what happened last season, as Tapu ended up at Mississippi State, even though he committed. Mississippi State offered the scholarship. He went there. We were so close to landing a center and a guard and just didn't realize they needed the scholarship to make sure they ended up on the team. So that was a big miss. Our offensive line would be looking better for the future, and currently it's really not. The defense, mostly the same. I mean, Matabike surely has earned his way as a starter after last season. Jackson Parker is still here, although not great. We really committed a lot of our budget to retaining Noah Flemings on the theory or the idea that he could end up getting drafted. We'll see if that actually ends up happening or not, but he's clearly our best player, highest overall, best athlete. Our DBs are still very bad, but it's actually the strength of the defense. And it's not good. But we nearly played for a conference title last season, despite only going 6-6 in the regular season. But this year, we've got a true freshman quarterback, Keontae LeBourne. It's going to be a difficult season, but I think we're better. I think we're going to be more competitive. And I also think that we're going to end up having more flexibility to bring in more talent that will really kickstart this rebuild. Because right now, despite a fairly good year one in terms of on-field success, I really do feel like we're about a year behind based on how recruiting went. But with that being said, though, are we really? Because we might have lost anybody anyways. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with a program like ULM, a lot of these guys are ultimately functioning as rentals. So even if we were able to bring in good recruits anyway, there's absolutely no telling that we would have been able to retain any of them anyways. So all that to say, we got a lot of work to do, just like we did last year. Recruiting will go better. That's a pretty athletic move. How do we get that guy on the field? Anyway, Season 2 is underway. Chuck, thanks for the Tier 1. And let's see how this true freshman quarterback can play. Let's go. Good defense. And we got a red zone alert. 49-yard rush, by the way, to put us in this position. Bryson Rowland is already, I guess, earning himself some fans here, if anyone were actually watching this game. We got a whiteout in the crowd, by the way. That's kind of fun. But Sam Houston is the team that's wearing white. And look at Bryson Rowland. That's maybe too much patience, but it works out. We'll take that. Naderade boost. And vertical, thank you guys for the subs. Big Al as well. Let's go back to Bryson Rowland. There's a little bit of space up the middle, and we have found a new star at running back. Bryson Rowland has only just become the starter and is already showing why he could be a future star on this team. 50-plus yard rush, and then caps off the drive with a touchdown. Rowland is rolling. I like that. And it's very true. And hopefully, Noah Flemings can play well enough to get some skill points, get his overall up slightly, and get drafted. Needs to make some plays, and we're not going to be able to do that. Jarek Flood runs for the first. Flemings has decent speed, but as you can see, he's not a burner, right? So we need to take better angles there, I guess. And we're probably going to need to contain. That's good coverage. Big hit, Flemings. Eventually, the ball is going to get jarred loose on one of those. I don't know when, but there will come a time. That's a good tackle on the outside, forcing 3rd and inches. This is probably where we want to get aggressive and try to bring the quarterback down or get into the backfield quickly, because otherwise it's asking for a touchdown. We just couldn't get set up in time. And Sam Houston is on the board. Although we've got a 4th and 2 from midfield. You guys have not seen Keontae LeBourne throw the ball, and I guess neither have I. We did a little bit of practice, but he's got an arm, and we're maybe going to see it. He can also run a little bit, and we're already seeing that. There goes Keontae LeBourne. I'll tell you what, no Austin Carlisle, no problem. That's a nice little scramble there. Maybe had some options, but maybe the offense isn't going to look so different compared to last year. Here's 2nd and 4. Hand it off. Great block. Roland down inside the 10. He's got 7 for 85 already. And you know what that means. We won't be able to pay him in the offseason. He's gone. Don't get too attached. There's Roland. Finally subdued. Only a short game. I wonder what school LeBourne will play for next season. Can we get him banned, please? He's a Warhawk. Stepping up. Bourne wrestled down. Even though we have a quarterback with an arm now, the accuracy is not perfect, and the receivers still have to, get open, and they're not going to. Woodhead with the sack. We're going to settle for 3. Definitely not the end of the drive we were looking for, but it seems like the receivers were really struggling to separate in the short area of the field there in the low red zone. It's tough to get open in these spots sometimes, but you got to be able to do it. Here's 1st and 10. And it's more pressure. I see the running back, but we just can't get it to him. I guess they saw the tape from last season and saw that we don't really handle the blitz well. And they're blitzing again. There goes LeBourne, though. He's got wheels. Keontae LeBourne looking like Austin Carlisle. He ducks out near the 20. Keep blitzing them. Eventually, there will be holes in the defense. We will exploit them. Nicholas, thanks for the prime. Deep shot. LeBourne to the end zone. It's caught! The first passing touchdown in ULM history. Now, that's not true, but you would think so after last season. There's a great throw from Keontae LeBourne. You give him a little bit of time, and he can make things happen. It's new wide receiver 1, Parker Fulgham, with the great catch. Playing through contact, great hands, great concentration, and the defense does a great job of getting us the football back. We rip that. Okay. Accuracy is a little bit of a work in progress, but I like it. If he's going to miss long. Don't let the defender, even get close to making a play on the ball. And unfortunately, we're bumped there. It's a wide open receiver who has his progress on the route completely derailed. And that really could have been a huge play. And they shed there. We're trying to step up. I mean, maybe develop some bad tendencies from last year. But it's okay. Our defense has played well. I think they're going to continue to play well. I don't think Sam Houston has the facilities to move the ball down the field consistently. We're into the second half. It's 3rd and 2. I don't love what they're showing on the D-line, but we've had success running the ball, and I can say it's 4-down territory. We're just going to keep it on the ground and rolling. He's got 10 for 98. He's surely going to go over 100 yards rushing in this game. That's what the expectation is going to be after that incredible first half. But we're dealing with a 3rd and 8. This is a tough down and distance for us to convert. Bullet finding Howard. Howard not finding his hands. Brutal miss, but we've got Abram Murray at kicker. He's arguably our best player. I think he can drill from 50 plus. And that looks fairly good, and that's because it is. Nice kick. Sam Houston's actually making this somewhat close, and they're on the verge of taking the lead. It's 20-14 with 4.5 minutes to play. They might have the facilities. They might have the facilities. They might. 2nd and 4. Going to be inside 4 minutes. Let's press up here. See, when you press, the safeties drop back, though. It's a nice tackle there by Carl Fontroy, who's also a significant chunk of our NIL. Went to keeping him around. Here's 3rd and 2. Oh, they're going to throw the bubble, and that's going to be a touchdown. Sam Houston's going to take the lead with 14 unanswered. And true freshman quarterback Keontae LeBourne, in his first game of college football, will need to lead his team down the field to score the game-winning points. That's a tough spot. 2nd and 8, we're going to keep it on the ground. And there's just not really a ton of space to go. Roland can't shoot through, and we're already looking at 3rd and long. No choice but to just lob it up. We're going to have to punt. We've got no choice, and we've also got no time. So back-to-back runs into a punt, but, you know, the run game was working. The passing game really is not. It's kind of tough. And our defense is going to look different. We've got a new coordinator in there this year. The offense is going to look different. We've got a new coordinator in there this year. And this is weird because on 1st and 10, you almost expect the quarterback draw. Big hit! No fumble. We're going to rip a timeout. Seems like we're going to be a base 3-3-5 defense this year. And we will need somebody to make a play. Otherwise, they can take basically all the time off the clock. And it's going to be 3rd and inches. We've got to call a timeout. That is brutal. They're going 4 wide receivers. I think we've got a run commit. I think we know that this is probably coming downhill. We've got it set up. Perfect position. We're going to call our final timeout, and they're going to punt the football back to us. We're going to have 2 minutes and 18 seconds. This is our final chance. We need a good drive. I'd take a punt return touchdown even. But that's great defense to clutch up there. It's not a bad return from Walker out near the 30. But this is it. End of the game. I don't like how long a lot of these routes are. They're going far too deep when we just really don't have that. It's a nice catch by Ware. That's going to be the 2-minute timeout. I think we need to try and keep it shorter and maybe work more run after catch. But we're not really getting suggested plays that really fit that description at all. Here's 2nd and 2. On the move. We want the slant. We're going to throw it on the run. It's caught by Fulgham. Another big contested catch by Fulgham. Larry, thanks for the prime paddle ball. Appreciate you. We got 1:37 on the clock. We need LeBourne to lead us down the field, and it seems like he's got a new favorite target in Fulgham. Ware on the motion. He's going to get the quick throw. Not a ton of room there after the catch. Clock still going to be ticking. He didn't quite get out of bounds. And we're going to be inside a minute by the time this ball is snapped. Check down to the running back. It's probably, and I don't say this lightly, probably the most delayed reaction I've ever seen. 4th and 3. Need a first to keep the game alive. Quick throw to the outside, caught by Ware. First down. 35 seconds. We only need 3. We're about to field goal range. And there's the screen, caught by Roland. He's got a lead blocker, and he's going to duck out near the 11. That should be enough to win it. That should be enough. We could try and line it up. I think that could be the goal. Although we're going to take off with LeBourne. Get an extra couple of yards. And now we're pretty much playing for that field goal. All right, we're lined up. Third and 8. We really just need to snap the ball and get rid of it, which is what we're going to do. 5 seconds on the clock. It's tough when you don't have that one timeout there, but Sam Houston's going to try to ice us. It's a 25-yard kick to win it. That's all we need. It's unmissable. Here's the kick. Sam Houston ready for a fake. It's not coming. Why would we ever fake it there? We're going to take the very, 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 very late lead. 2 seconds on the clock, and that is enough to do it. We're going to start the season 1-0. I don't know if that's ever been done in the history of ULM football. Bryson Rowland is your player of the game. 19 for 113. And that touchdown on the opening drive. This was a dicey one. Our defense kind of let up at the end, and we got outscored 14-6 in the second half. That's not great, but we played well enough to win. Keontae LeBourne, 14 for 26, 142 and a touchdown, no picks. He also added 35 on the ground, but the main story was Bryson Rowland, who of course had that standout performance. But I do want to talk about Parker Fulgham. Goes 4 for 64 and a touchdown. Did not drop the ball. Played extremely well. Defensively, I need to see a little bit more, but Moses Matabike continues to perform. 3 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, half a sack for Noah Flemings. No picks in this one. We played just well enough to win, and we need to play better. We are up to D, championship contender. You can see the AD expectations for this year. Win 25% of conference games. We're going to do that. Sign at least one 3-star recruit or better this season. We're going to do that. And then beat Louisiana by 3+ points. So the Raging Cajuns are tough. We lost to them last year. We get 200 NIL if we can do that. So that's going to be the big game this year. That's our national championship. It really is as simple as that. UMass is another horrendous team. So that's going to be one that we need to go out and win. I like where we are with Maddox. We're adding some other players on the board. Again, it's the under-recruited type of guys. I just don't know that the thumpers are going to be to that same level. We need more overall athleticism. And unfortunately, it's just not going to cut it if you have 78 speed at linebacker. It's just not. We need guys who are at least going to be 80+. We need better players really across the board, right? But especially at some of these real impactful positions. So we've got a big-time offensive tackle that we're going after. Of course, we need to do more at guard and center. And we're going to get to that. But as I keep talking about, and I will reiterate, the goal is to get these guys committed early. And that's kind of what we're doing. We have C+, C+, C- for Brenton Maddox. I'll refer to the chat who can help me out, but I think that is just good enough to hard sell when the time comes. And we might even be able to get that play style up. He's East-West playmaker, which you can actually check to see what you need for that. So go to East-West playmaker. In terms of play style, he's looking for high rushing yards per game, really high impact. We currently are the 57th best team in the nation in terms of rushing yards per game. I don't know how much better we're going to be able to get at that. But, hey, we'll give it our best shot. We've got UMass here. Again, they stink. They're so bad. However, and this is the unfortunate part about it, we are, like, pretty close. So this is not going to be an easy one. None of them are at this point. Let's start out hot. LeBourne starting out ice cold. Yeah, dude. Who could go and play at UMass's home stadium and not feel at least a little bit rattled? And like the idea is decent there. I think LeBourne does have the arm to make that throw. Unfortunately, we just don't have the receivers. We don't have the separation. We don't have the offensive line in general. Like, anytime we're going to drop back to pass, we're going to be facing a pretty big problem that we can't exactly overcome. I mean, they've got a spy out there. I'm not sure it's going to matter. LeBourne takes a big hit, but rushes for 17, and we needed it. I think every game, we've got to start by establishing the run. Even against UMass, we're not going to be a team that can pass consistently. We've got to just keep it on the ground and hope that it works. But sometimes, you hesitate, you don't hit the hole on time, and you're faced with the 3rd and 5, and it's tough to just keep the ball on the ground in these spots. We are going to do it, because it's 4-down territory based on where we are on the field. And we're going to get close. But it's just... it's tough to consistently do that. And sometimes on, 4th and short, I feel like the CPU's run defense just becomes amazing. And we're not going to get it. It's so frustrating. UMass football. We need to be able to pick that up. Here's 3rd and 9. We can't pressure the quarterback at all. He's going to take off. Flemings is there. Nice tackle. They might be out of field goal range as well. And they are. They'll punt. So we're going to go back to trying to run the ball and hope that we're able to do that just a little bit better. But because of the strength of our offensive line, which is to say they're not strong, they're incredibly weak, we're just not going to be able to do that very often. Howard can't even get out. And we're going to run with Keontae LeBourne. That's just going to end up being our best bet a lot of the time. He's obviously not quite, I don't want to say quite the athlete that Austin Carlisle is. He doesn't have quite the speed. But he can still move a little bit. Yeah, the speed boosts on the hard cuts don't really exist so much. Kind of need shifty. And the receivers just don't want to get open. LeBourne is getting destroyed. He's feeling it. Our receivers are ice cold. Nobody's getting open. And the pressure is overwhelming. What do we do? Here they rush 4. But it was kind of a simulated pressure because they sent a backer. I guess it wasn't because they didn't have anybody drop. It's just, they just rushed 4, and our left guard and center double team the nose, and then nobody picks up the blitzer. Maybe you have a lineman with more awareness, and the left guard jumps off the double to pick up the blitzer, but, or again, it's not really even technically a blitz, but I'm just going to say picks up the blitzing linebacker. We can't do it. I've never really had much success with RPOs. The timing on them just doesn't really ever seem to work for me. And it's like whenever you try to run with the RPO element, the run is just dead on arrival. Good pressure, though. Ethan Bailey brings him down, but UMass gets 3 on the board. It's going to be 3rd and 1. We will try to run the ball. We got to shake off the frost here. We can't hit the hole that I want to hit. Been there, right? 4th and 2. Can't reasonably run the ball unless we take off with LeBourne. But with his injuries, he's not able to have the speed to get there. Just too slow. I thought we would have had it easily, but I guess he's playing like -6 speed right now because he's banged up. Good coverage, though. This could be a defensive game. And we give up the ball pretty quickly. That's the 2-minute timeout. We've scored 0 points in a half against UMass. That's a pretty tough look. But if we stuff them here, it could be in business. And of course, they throw in behind. That's a 1st down. Couldn't even focus on playing coverage because I was trying to figure out how I misspoke and my brain couldn't process it, and I knew something was wrong. I think that's what a stroke could be. Please get out there. That's a great tackle. But if they're smart, they're going to start to take time off the clock. And that's exactly what they're doing. 50 seconds to play here in the first half. They're going to keep it on the ground. We're going to call a timeout. It's going to be third down. If we hold them to 3 here, I think we're still going to be fine. I don't know that we're going to be able to score a touchdown in this game, which is such a sad sentence. But, I mean, I sure hope we'd be able to. I wish I could tell you that was unbelievable. It's not. It's very believable. It's going to end up being 10-0 UMass unless we can make something miraculous happen. There's the touchdown. Maybe we can do something more in the second half. 3rd and 5. LeBourne still feeling it a little bit. Let's see what they do. There's the blitz. We've got the quick out to Howard. If we don't end up with a touchdown on this drive, it would be devastating. We absolutely need to score. Let's not overthink it, though. On the move. That looked like a speed boost to me. Keith Sourdough makes the play. Man. 2nd and 10. There's the angle. That looks like another speed boost. At least the catch was made. It sets up 3rd and inches. We've got to punch it in here. We need Roland to get in. Nope, stuffed. We're leaving the offense out there. I don't really know what to do. And it's against UMass, dude. It's a bad spot to be in. Hopefully somebody gets open here. I like the slant. It's caught. Touchdown. Nice. Parker Fulgham eating the W. Love it. Maybe that's what we needed. A white boy with a little bit of motion. Hey, sometimes that's all it takes. 3rd and 7 from midfield. Let's get a stop. Gonna be a check down. He's still going. I really anticipated him keeping that to the outside. We got another 3rd down, though. Third and 5. Quick throw. Caught. Broken tackle, 1st down. And that's going to bring us to the 4th quarter. It's another 3rd down. Please figure something out. Thrown to the flat. Good coverage. And it's 4th and 4. I actually think this is a pretty good spot for them to go for it. I don't like it, though. 4th and 4. That's good coverage. Please find the ball. It's knocked away. Oh, we'll take it. Oh, my goodness. Trying to cover absolutely everybody on the field. That's a big play to make. We get the football back, down by 3. And that's intercepted off the tip, and it's going to be housed. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I saw it go away that it wasn't going to be open, but, like, the fact that that ends up being a pick 6 is ridiculous. Here you go. Dinos Drassos with the touchdown. lot of time left. Oh, yeah, the read was so bad, dude. That was the problem there. It was the read. We have such success throwing to wide open receivers usually. That totally should have been a pick six. Third and 10. 6.5 to go. LeBourne continues to hold his leg. Man up. Quick throw caught by Eldridge. Down multiple possessions. We're leaving the offense on the field. This coordinator sucks, dude. I hate this playbook. On the move. Throwing on the run. Caught by Parker Fulgham. That was a risk, but it pays off. We move the chains. We're going to go hurry up. We're going to keep the tempo. Slacks thanks for the prime sub. Quick throw to the outside. There's Howard. We need LeBourne to get back up to full health here. Didn't really have too many problems with Carlisle, as that one is airmailed. And there's an injury timeout. It's our starting left tackle. The good news is he sucks. The bad news is the backup also sucks. There's Parker Fulgham. It's another first down. I'd love to score on this possession. Because if we don't, we lose. That's pretty much what happens. Howard with the motion. We throw to the tight end, Eldridge. He makes the catch. I don't really think we can get him with play action here. I don't really like stretching the field. But we have an open man. That's a good ball. That's a face mask. Throw him out of the game. Oh, that's disgusting. Yankees focus, thanks for the prime. Absolutely disgusting act. It's a good ball, though. Maybe a little late. Would have liked to catch on that. Throw to the outside. There's Ware. As in beware of throwing to any of these receivers. None of them get open. But Fulgham's made some nice plays for us. This RPO peak slant's going to be so bad. 10 for 11 so far for Bryson Rowland. Not really a good ratio. We're going to try it. We're going to try to keep it on the ground here. Clock is ticking. And there's Rowland with the touchdown. Okay. Big score to keep us in it. Get us the ball back. Interception by Carl Fontroy. We paid him, and he makes it pay off. Huge takeaway. We get it. Your left leg is bothering you. Honestly, Keontae LeBourne's on my last nerve with these theatrics. You think Steve DeBerg ever complained? He was out there playing quarterback. Might be the worst route I've ever seen, but it's a first down to Rowland. Still need a touchdown here. Block and release. I was waiting for the release. You know, maybe that's good. Okay, here's why. Slow things down a little bit. I'm not trying to do too much. It wasn't good. Nope. 3rd and 10. We are in field goal range. We would take the field goal if we have to. Just would prefer a touchdown. Throwing the drag on the mesh. It's caught. It's just going to be an easier kick. But really don't want to have to settle for 3 here, but it's the right call. Especially with our kicker. That looks pretty good, and that's because it is. We're going to be tied. Give us the ball back. I don't like that there was a kickoff. Okay. UMass with a 24-yard field goal. We're going to have a minute left and no timeouts. 3 ties it. Touchdown's going to be really hard to get in this spot. We're going to take off with LeBourne. All right, that's a pretty good first play. He's going to be feeling it, though. So, running with him is not going to be super viable. We can't be afraid to take, like, a quick out here, either. All right, it's just an easy 5 yards. If they're going to play off, we have to do that. But it's a high risk of injury for LeBourne. He's playing hurt and trying to ball out. That's actually great contact from the tight end, basically blocking 10 yards downfield. 50 seconds. There's a bullet to Parker Fulgham. 40 seconds. We're on the edge of field goal range. Just got to not do anything crazy. There's a post caught by Parker Fulgham. Good ball, good timing. We've actually found some rhythm offensively. We are in a field goal range, but we've got aspirations for more. Just can't throw away the game trying to make it happen. And we can't get the throw away. The clock's going to continue to tick. 20 seconds. Oh my goodness. We have no timeouts. Running back's open. LeBourne. Complete. Down to the 1. Oh my God. What a throw. We nearly had a touchdown. Instead, we're a yard shy. That's a great adjustment by Roland to make the catch. But we're not in. And we've got to throw for it because we can't afford the clock to be a big problem here. There's a throw. Caught! Touchdown! We take the lead with seconds to go. Oh my goodness. This Warhawk team is fighting. Joe Basley. Maybe his first catch of his career. It was a great adjustment to the ball by Roland. And it sets us up for a Joe Basley 0-yard touchdown and a 2-0 start for the ULM Warhawks. LeBourne has taken down the mascot. And he is your player of the game. 251 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and a well-earned MVP. He was playing hurt. He was dinged up. He was getting no help from anybody. There were some nice catches made down the stretch, but you got to be able to get open. And these guys were not able to consistently do that. He was LeBourne for this. And our team, I think we've found our LeBourne identity. I promise there won't be many more of these puns. The pick 6 was unlucky. Can't hold that against him. Roland, unfortunately, 12 for 16 on the ground and a touchdown. Parker Fulgham, 8 for 96 in a score. Basley officially 1 catch for 0 yards and a touchdown. And then defensively, a few tackles for loss in this one. Zach Freeth and Bailey, and a big interception by Carl Fontroy. He played great in this one. Some forced fumbles as well. We recovered 0 of them. But we are 2-0. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but we might be looking at a 3-0 start with FCS East on the schedule. Recruiting update. We're looking pretty good on Brenton Maddox. About to jump into the top 5. Got 10 more hours to add on. I think we're going to look for a big target, and that is going to be 6'4" Duncanville wide receiver Nick Lozano. He's got good speed. 91 speed, acceleration only 85. But would you rather 91 speed and 85 acceleration or 86 speed and 85 acceleration, which is what we're pretty much currently dealing with? He's got decent release and route running already. We'll see about catching. Awareness isn't super high, but he's a 3-star, right? I think he'd be a good overall add. We're into the lead on Joel and Dukeway. a speed rusher from Tampa. He's got 80 speed, 83 acceleration at 6'6", 293 pounds. So he's kind of a freak. Would love to bring him in. Also looking at Markel Cheeks, who's got 80 man coverage. Could be a good find. And maybe heard about the game from North Attleboro, Massachusetts. Maybe he saw the game against UMass and wants to be a ULM Warhawk. It's a lifelong dream. Could be. Also going after Emmanuel Obata and Greg Moncrief. We are going to be ducking out of because NC State has entered the picture, which for us means that recruitment is over. We want to get into the lead on these big-time 3-stars. We're, as I said before, really just trying to close these out faster, and once we do that, we can then pivot to other players. But right now, really going after the 5 of these, and the only scholarship we've offered is to Brenton Maddox, who I think could revolutionize the run game with his combination of athleticism, change direction skills in there as well. What we need really, though, is to improve the offensive line. It's going to take more than Emmanuel Obata, even if we can end up landing him. Maybe the portal could be a good place to go for that. But right now, the fact that we're 3-0 to start, that was a misspeak, but hey, maybe we're about to be. This team won 3 games before we took over. 3-9. Now, we could still finish 3-9, but the fact that we're starting out 2-0 is something that should be celebrated. The Gene Dangus era is here. It's absolutely here. And Keontae LeBourne already has 2 skill points with his impact dev. We're going to upgrade the awareness a little bit because we do a lot of simulating with play the moment, so that stuff is going to matter. You know, they're honestly not that bad. They're 52 overall, and that's a heck of a uniform, by the way. Can I just say that? That looks crazy good. We're going maroon out, by the way. These guys have never seen anything like this. We could go with the P40 Warhawk helmet, but we're going with the red helmet. Ooh, it looks kind of nice. It has a little Iowa State type of vibe to it. And it's looking decent. First time we've worn this type of combination. And yes, we're doing it against an FCS school. I understand that. But at the same time, you've got to build aura, as the kids say. And you don't want to go with the maroon out and then lose. So this is the most winnable game on the schedule this season. So, if ever there was a time. Is Trenton State still an FCS school in CFB? It's not. All of our team builder teams are no longer FCS schools in Dynasty. I don't know why, but it is sad. That was something we noticed pretty early on in like the first build we got a few weeks ago, I think. Very sad. But all this maroon's looking pretty good. I feel like we got a decent turnout. And the great thing about doing a maroon out here is you actually don't see all of the empty seats on the left side of the field. It just looks like people are wearing team colors. Let's go, Eldridge. Good start. I will say the all maroon does look pretty good. I'm really liking it. I don't like how it says like maroon and then the helmet says red though. That bothers me a bit. Let's have a little bit of consistency, please. There's the tight end, Eldridge again. Big drive for him. I mean, you look at Bryce Anderson last year, our tight end, was one of our most consistent players, especially in the red zone. And we really haven't been able to feature Eldridge very much to start. Get the fuck out of the way, Eldridge! God! Bum! I didn't mean that. That was an unfortunate thing, though. That's not good. Ernie, thanks for the tier 1. We had maybe Eldridge streaking down the field. I don't know if that was our best bet. Running back leaking wide open. It's Bryson Rowland. And I know who we're playing, so shut up. But this is the best our offense has looked the entire year. We got some momentum. We got some ability right now. There goes Roland, a little bit of speed. Touchdown. Okay, Bryson Roland. And he's just a chill guy. He doesn't need to celebrate. He's just like me, dude. Just a chill guy. Big touchdown. Roland is rolling. Here's 3rd and 8. Got O'Malley on the spy. Sometimes these FCS schools are unbelievable. Hopefully this is not one of those cases. It's going to be short, but it's 4th and 1 from the 37. They'd be stupid to not keep the offense out there. And that's exactly what they're going to do. It is a long one, though. How do I pinch the D-line? There's no way to know. They're going with, like, the flex bone. We're blowing it up with Fontroy. They said trains on the tracks, get off the tracks. We said, actually, we're going to blow the train off the tracks. That wasn't my best work. I speak for a living. Ball's loose. Flemings recovers. Oh, he's still going. He's got space here. Flemings down the sideline. Trying to cut it back. Big hit. Big change of possession. 14-0. And now we've got a chance to make it 21. On the move, throwing crossbody, end zone, touchdown Howard. Look at the vision from Keontae Laborde. And he gave them a Laborde ultimatum and said, if you don't cover him, we're going to score a touchdown. It's like not really a good ultimatum for them, but they should have done a better job covering him. Receiver wide open, back of the end zone, 21-0. Have we ever had a lead like this? We've barely even had a lead. But I don't like what we're looking at here. Quarterback keeps it, pitch. Make the tackle. Great tackle, stuffed at the goal line. Oh my goodness. It feels so good to play well. Like, and make plays. KB, thanks for the tier 1. Oh no. All right. Quinyon Terry with the sack. I'd be comfortable going into the half here just up 21 and not make an extra mistake. And yet we're going to lob it down the field to Eldridge, who can't make the catch. What type of quarterback runs do we have? I mean, QB Blast was a real winner last year. See what we got with that this year. Maybe not going to be nearly as strong. Maybe not. So, we are up 21. We'll punt it away. That's just the way she goes sometimes. Just the way she goes. That's a pretty good punt, though. You're going to try to return this? Light them up. Oh. This team's playing with a different level of energy tonight. They're seeing that 3-0 potential start. And they're playing like they want it for once. We're not limping to the finish line and somehow just pushing it across the finish line. We're actually, like, dominating the game. I don't know what exactly happened there, but it was good. Good result. Here's 3rd and inches. I'm going to go QB wrap with LeBourne. I think QB wrap is better than QB blast so far, but we didn't manage to get it. 4th and inches. Up 21-9, keeping the offense out there. There goes Roland. A little bit banged up, but he gets us the first down and a little bit more. And now that we're inside 3 minutes, FCS East, the Sentinels, just one timeout. Walker has walked his way into the game. Quarterback keeper with LeBourne on the read option. And he's going to take a hit there. Final timeout by the Sentinels. Is that their coach? He's just a guy on the sideline wearing a sweater vest? All right. 2nd and inches. Walker down to the 1-yard line. So we're going to score a touchdown. If we could do this perfectly, we're going to cross the goal line and also get the 2-minute warning, 2-minute timeout at the same time. I don't really think that timing exists, though. Would have been nice, though. But I'm going to try it again. There is the 2-minute timeout. I really wish our offensive line was good enough to that we could feel confident, running the ball in these spots. We will pass. Touchdown, Howard. His second of the game. Always finding a way to get wide open. At least in this one. It's 28-9. This is one of the highest totals we've ever had. I don't think Overton even knows he's playing in a game right now. Don't think he has any idea about it. But 28-9 is your final, and the ULM Warhawks, don't worry about the competition, start 3-0. LeBourne, 3 touchdowns on 12 completions is quite a ratio. 70 yards rushing for Bryson Rowland. Of course, he had a touchdown as well. And then receiving, it was a big standout performance by freshman receiver Gavin Howard. Redshirt freshman, but maybe there's something there for the gadget-style receiver. 45-yard catch as well by Steven Evans was a touchdown. C.J. Wilson with the TFL. No sacks in this one, no picks, just good overall defense, forcing consistent 3-and-outs. So I wouldn't be too caught up in their record. It's a rivalry game. You never know what can happen. But a few weeks from now, we're going to be playing at Louisiana, trying to avenge a loss from last year. The Raging Cajuns have yet to find a win, but conference play has not even started yet, right? So obviously we can't really, get caught up in that. They haven't really played anyone too bad, probably, here in the Sun Belt. So it's still probably going to be a really, really tough game against them. I know we're cooking a little bit right now, and we're doing really well on the recruiting front, and we're up to D+ championship contender. We're flying up. But getting Brenton Maddox, I think, would be such a lift, such a boost to our running game. It's just, again, can we find the requisite offensive lineman to help him on that path? Getting into the mix on Nick Lozano, extending our lead on Joel Ndukwe. But, of course, it's going to be a process for these guys that are not interested at all in ULM. We just need to convince them that, no, it's good. Just be a Warhawk. It's a cool name. I don't think anyone can dispute that. As Iowa leads for the #1 class in the nation. They've already got 5 3-stars committed. Yeah, man. I'm sure that's going to hold up. But FAU's 3-0. Already 2-0 in conference play. We have yet to play a game in the Sun Belt. So this, I would imagine, will be our toughest test of the season so far. They're only a 65 overall, but I think they were a challenge last year, and I'm expecting more of the same this year. So we shall see what will happen as the rain comes down here in Florida. I'm assuming on the Atlantic coast. I actually don't know where FAU is. My gut told me Boca Raton, but there's really no way to know for sure. It is Boca Raton, if there was a way to know. But again, there's not. There's no way to know for sure. And yes, this is Heisman base sliders. But it's also play the moment, so things can get a little bit wonky. But we're going to start with the football. 2 3-0 teams doing battle. In hurricane force winds, weather looks crazy. One of these teams will walk away with their first loss of the season. We're hoping that's not going to be us. Oh, no. Or, yes, it's Howard! Gavin Howard just finding ways to get open. That one looked a little bit unconventional, but it got a good result. I really wish we had a speedster to really threaten and burn down the field. We don't yet have that player. Hoping eventually we will, as we have an injury on the offensive line. Again, it won't matter. Everyone's bad, and there goes Roland for a couple. And we're going to bring in a Damian Boley instead of putting a sweatband that will heal the injuries of the injured starter. Here's 3rd and inches. Please stretch the ball across. Do something. First down. We like that. We like that a lot. Eldridge in motion. Ooh, I don't like how much they're in the backfield, but we're going to find Evans anyway. Good completion. First and goal. Really working the RPOs. Eldridge, stiff arming, touchdown. Oh, that's a good drive. I mean, FAU made some real mistakes there. Getting really aggressive, and it didn't pay off. But we did a really good job of capitalizing on their mistakes, using the mobility of Keontae LeBourne, driving down the field. Hopefully our defense is a match for FAU and capable of getting stops. 3rd and 10. That looks like an overthrow, and it's going to be picked. Jackson with a run down the sideline, still breaking tackles. No, wrestled down near midfield. The overthrow, really, really bad, ends up in Warhawk hands, or talons. And that is a pick. Not an easy read, because I didn't read anything. We just happened to get an interception, but we're happy about it nonetheless. Here's 3rd and 9, though. Going to be tough to convert here. And we're going to find Roland. No, he drops the ball. There was a defender right there. Obviously, that complicated things. But it would have been nice to see him make that catch. And that is going to be a huge play down the sideline. FAU threatening down at the 5. Yeah, I saw that all the way. Just really nothing we could do. And that ends the first quarter. It's 7-0 ULM, but that might not last for long. It's a great ball. But we're still in the driver's seat, so. Please make that tackle. Let's go. All right, they're backed up a little bit. 2nd and goal from the 8. They're going up-tempo here. We're going to blitz Flemings. I don't know how good of an idea that is. But we're going to try it. And we're getting bodied on the outside. But another broken tackle leads to another loss. 3rd and goal now from the 9. They've only gone in the wrong direction since getting down here. If we're somehow able to hold them to 3, that would be great. And that's back of the end zone, wide open touchdown. You gotta wonder where anybody in the secondary was. Gotta wonder. That cannot happen. At all. It is 14-7, though. And we caught ourselves in man coverage, and we're not ready for the snap. Broken tackle, steps out of bounds. Switch it. 2-minute timeout coming up. Here we go, ready. And that will be the 2-minute timeout. They're going with the kind of stacked receivers here. It's a little bit weird, but of course it's an RPO, and we're just not in position to make a play. That's the thing I noticed probably more than anything, is our defenders just don't react to anything for the most part, because that's going to be a first down. And they just take awful angles to the ball. I mean, awful angles. First and goal, they're walking it up. They're trying to run. They still have 3 timeouts. I think we're going to call timeouts, in fact. We might have a chance to answer. I mean, it's unlikely, but maybe. I don't like how we're manned up across the field here. But we know they're probably going to keep it on the ground. And they are. And it's stuffed. 3rd down. Benjamin Victor call out in the chat is not what I was expecting. Yeah, he did have like that one big game for Ohio State. Quarterback on the move, on the run. Makes another unbelievable throw. Touchdown, Owls. How does FAU have this guy? How do they have him? Every throw on the run, every throw on the money. And we are driving, and that's going to be the end of the half. Okay. It's 14-14, a couple of big plays, but no ability to stop the clock. And we are tied at 14. Okay. Let's win the second half. That's fine. 4th and 2. I mean, do we have to start containing the quarterback? We might have to. We're going to run the ball. We're not going to be able to get there. Just stop it from being a huge play. That's fine. 3rd and 8. They're on the edge of field goal range. I mean, I imagine they're going to get there, right? There's the running back. He makes the catch. And it's another FAU first down. We need an interception, man. Where's a crazy overthrow? Give me one of those. Knew that was going to be a draw. Nothing we can do about it. Big hit. No fumble. See, we paid Flemings all this money. So he could be the one forcing some fumbles, making some plays. Haven't seen enough of that. He does make the tackle there. But we need more turnovers from a guy that's getting all of our NIL budget. Touchdown. Got one receiver out there blocking 2 defenders. No ability to get in. Still plenty of time, though. Don't need to panic. In fact, if we don't pick up the first here, we could absolutely take 3. We're on the edge of field goal range. And it's just can't get there. It'll be a 51-yard try by Abram Murray. A little bit more worried about this one. But why should we be? It's perfect. Okay. Still going to need a touchdown, down by 4, but we'll need a stop, and we're not getting one. I mean, maybe we did get one, but then we got the ball back and then didn't do anything. 3rd and 8. We got to play to contain. We need to play to contain the quarterback. He's looking to step up. Flemings gets to him and brings him down. Not going to be the sack there, but a really nice play. And once again, we're going to have a chance to win it. We've been in these situations before. We've been in these spots. Just can't afford to make a mistake. We do have 3 timeouts. They're going to start us with the football in the 12. 3 minutes. Obviously, we'd like to make this the final drive, but doesn't necessarily have to be. And there goes LeBourne. Down the sideline, Keontae LeBourne speared. Is he not out of bounds by that point? Can we get a flag? Bain, thanks for the tier 1. I'm going to find the tight end, Eldridge. He's been a good fit for us so far. 2.5 to play. There's the run game activating. No, that's not the end of a moment. I don't know what you're thinking there, but no. It's 2nd and 6. And we're getting out of the pocket. There goes LeBourne, stiff arming, wrestled down. I think we should start to try to kill the clock. We need this to be the final drive of the game. Merrick's still on his feet. Nice 7-yard gain by Bryson Rowland. The run game is working. I mean, I think we're mixing things pretty effectively here. And we're going to get sacked. I mean, they had a spy on the field. This was kind of a mid-read. They kind of took everything away there. And when they run man coverage, we're in trouble, generally. Huge 3rd and 4. Throw over the middle. Caught by Ware. There's the spin. Big first down on 3rd down. Big conversion. Goatsy, thanks for the prime. 1:18 to play. It's just, you want to score that game-winning touchdown, but you don't want to give them any time to answer. And that is a huge sack. Just looking for somewhere to go with the football. They had no safeties because they were both blitzing, and we just couldn't find a place to go with the ball. It's a devastating sack to take. Stepping up is LeBourne. He finds space. He finds a crease. Keontae LeBourne inside the 10. 20 seconds to go. We got to snap the ball here. Throwing the slant. It's dropped. Really tight window. Fourth and 4. Absolutely gotta have it. I just don't think we have a successful play here. There's the slant. Caught by Howard. He's battling. Down to the 1. We're going to call a timeout. We have 1 remaining. I think we're going to try the sneak. They've got a nose tackle out there. It's their star player. Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. 1st and goal on the 1. We have 2 timeouts. We have 2 timeouts. There's the sneak. LeBourne rolling in and scoring what could be the game winner. Oh, my goodness. We're going to go up, hopefully, 24-21 inside 10 seconds. And that does make it a 3-point game. They'll need a touchdown. They will need a touchdown. I'm going to try a squib kick. Do those ever work? I mean, it gives them decent field position. Oh, no. That looked a little scary for a second. But they'll have 1 play. They will have 1 play. Trying to get there with Hall. Pull up. Not going to be good enough. Incomplete. ULM is 4-0. They've been nail biters, and they have not been heartbreakers. We have come through every single time. He was Keontae LeBourne for this. A little bit questionable about where that ball was, but it's a big touchdown. Thriller on the road against Florida Atlantic. But yet again, we come out on top. Can you believe the game from Keontae LeBourne? 15 for 26, 265, 2 touchdowns. What a performance. 4 for 98 and a touchdown for Tremaine Ware. That's actually a familiar stat line. I think we have yet to have a 100-yard receiver. 10 tackles for Jay Harper, 2 for loss for Zy Jackson, sacks for Bailey and Smith, interception for Zy Jackson. He had a great game. In fact, he might be your Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week. Well, we're about to find out if that's going to be the case. So, recruiting update. Brenton Maddox is actually getting pretty close to a commitment. I'm actually thinking that, hey, what if we took away his scholarship and then with our lead just went after him anyways? But we're not going to do that. Currently in the lead on Nick Lozano, about to enter the top 5. Emmanuel Obata is into the top 5. It's just the problem that we've experienced before is that the interests do not align well enough to hard sell these guys, so we just need to keep doing what we're doing. Now, we could potentially try a sway. You do get some points for a sway, and I guess we can do a test to see just how far it is. So, all right, maybe that's about half of the previous bar. Just like a little bit there. If we tried to sway him, what would we want? We'd probably want this one to get A+ playing time. Because D-, A+, D-, I think is definitely good enough for a sell. We do have a high success rate with doing that potentially. So I guess maybe we'll try that, see what happens. But we're already looking so much better than we were last year with this new, better recruiting approach for our particular scenario, because we're going to have Brenton Maddox committed already. And once he gets out of the psych ward, he's going to play running back for us. And imagine this crazed guy going insane at running back. I like that. But once he commits to us, we can just use those 50 hours elsewhere. And, you know, Nick Lozano is not too far from being committed. Emmanuel Obata is even closer. And it's probably not even worth it to sway him, but we'll take the chance. We are undefeated at 4-0. It is crazy that Indiana could be the big favorite over Michigan historically. It just sounds so insane, but that's what Indiana is now. And you talk about some of the best undefeated teams in the country, you start to wonder about UL Monroe. We have yet to play a conference game, so we are currently bottom of the table or just about. Troy is 0-5 overall. But, you know, and Louisiana is 0-4. They've also yet to play a conference game. The Raging Cajuns could get into the conference title game after an 0-4 start very easily. All they need to do is do just well enough in the conference to play in the title game. So if they finish like 6-6, they could easily be in there. You look at our scenario last season where we easily could have done it. But Sun Belt Conference play is officially open. We are going on the road to play La Tech. And it could be a challenging one. Noah Flemings, we need to get up to 4 skill points. LeBourne is not close to his next one. A lot of these guys are pretty much capped out with how good they can actually become because they've got normal development and limited skill point options. Thankfully, Bryson Rowland is not one of those guys. His route running is so bad. But I think we're going to try to get awareness, ball carrier vision up next, or carrying would be better. And we do throw it to him somewhat often. I love throwing the backs, tight ends, things like that. But we're off to a great start. I just hate to bring everybody back down by saying that it won't really matter for all that much if we don't continue the trend in conference play. We can expect to lose a couple more games this year for sure, or a couple of games this year. We've yet to lose one. It could be against 0-5 Troy. It could be against winless Louisiana Lafayette, right? But if we can just manage to win 5 or 6 of 8 conference games, I think we're going to have a pretty good chance to play in the Sun Belt Championship game. So without further ado, let's jump into it and take on Louisiana Tech. You know, they're a better team than what we've played this year. Like 67 overall. It's not bad, right? It's pretty much on par. I think when you're within 5 overall points at this low overall, it's pretty much identical. So these could always go either way, especially when you're on the road. As you may have seen, a lot of these guys are starting the game ice cold on the road. That's what happened at UMass. We struggled against UMass, right, for a little while. So we can't act like any of these games are givens. We're going to go out there, play our best, And hopefully that's enough for a win. I like starting with the ball. I feel like we can kind of set the tone. Typically, it's like smarter to kick off to start because, then you get the ball at halftime. You can kind of control the second half a bit better. But I kind of like, beating them in submission early, as that's good defense. And on 4th and 6, I don't think they're going to leave the offense out there, and they don't. Our offense will see the field here. Backed up to our own 14, and this is going to be a good test to see what the offense could look like. The safety's playing pretty deep. But if that front seven's going to play well, we're not going to have consistent success running the ball. This playbook, I'm not even sure if it has inside zone. It just features like halfback dive, which that could be somewhat effective as Roland has put the ball on the ground. It's recovered by Louisiana Tech. Did he actually fumble? We were just talking about getting his carrying up, and this is why. He's got 70-something carrying. It was maybe only a matter of time. Is the ball actually out, though? We're going to look for that right knee. I don't think that's a fumble. We're throwing the challenge flag. Do I have anything that I can throw that looks like a challenge flag? Not really, but I think that's white. That's waving the white flag. That's what we're not doing. We'll never give up. Never back down. Never what? We got the ball back. Let's go. RBT with the 5 gifted. Hey, we beat the ass of South Alabama last time. How do you feel about that? And we're going to do it again. Not this game. There's Roland. Imagine he fumbles on this play. That is a good challenge. And that's the coaching difference. Eldridge makes the catch and gets nothing. Might have had an option with Roland there on the wheel. And I really wish we had more speed on the outside. We're going to try to throw that. Down the field, go up and get it. Where? Airborne makes the catch. 30 yards in the blink of an eye. What a grab by Tremaine Ware. And we instantly are going the wrong direction. But that's a great play. That is a great play. But it's just one play. We need a lot more of those. There's Fulgham. And Parker Fulgham gives us the first. LeBourne is dealing. But it helps when receivers actually make plays. We'll flip out to the tight end. Looked like there could have been a lot more there, but there wasn't. Can you know the route where? They're kind of all over it. Eldridge. Hey, you forgot something, buddy. Turns upfield without having the ball. You kind of need the ball. 3rd and 8. That's great coverage. We're going to have to settle for a field goal try. And we've been perfect this year, but that could come to an end at any moment. Just not this moment. 3-0. Man. It's not the perfect start, but it could be worse. Right? And you got to remember, we did not start with the ball. So we're already kind of in the driver's seat. With that being said, though, it's only 3-0. So not really good enough right now. Need to be better. Oh, this quarterback's going to run. We just don't have the speed to contain him. Ooh! It's a good effort to take his head off. I think we nearly decapitated him. That's a good tackle in the backfield, at least at the line of scrimmage. This might be your final play of the first quarter. Read option. We're containing that and shutting it down. It's going to be 3rd and 12 here to start the second quarter. Interception here would be awesome. Holding them to 3 would be just fine. A sack from Flemings would be big, but, I mean, they're likely going to end up with points there, you know, regardless. So a sack doesn't actually do us a ton of good. A good pressure from Matabike. And they will try 3. We're going to try to block this. Let's lock in here. It's decent timing, but the kick is good, and we are tied. Labourne has thrown it to the other team. And Louisiana Tech now has the ball at the 18-yard line. And it's first down. Don't have the tackle broken. You can't. I think that was Noah Flemings, too. Like, he's just our best player. We really can't afford to have him miss tackles. We're giving him so much of our NIL budget. Oh, big hit. First and goal from the 6. I mean, they're threatening here. We left that open. Flemings makes the tackle. There is an injury. It's another Louisiana Tech player. They're starting right guard. Can we keep him out of the end zone? Big hit on the goal line. No good. 3rd and goal. I think we're going to run commit here. And it didn't matter. I tried to get over with the safety. They switched me onto the wrong guy. I don't know that it would have mattered, but touchdown Bulldogs. They take the lead. And it's now 17-3. Not our best showing here. First game of Sunbelt play, and we want to throw up a stinker. There's Keontae Labourne. He'll slide out near the 21. Still plenty of time. But it's another 3rd and 10. We scramble for 20 and then instantly need another big play. There's Ware. Makes a nice catch, and Ware's going to power all the way in. Oh, my goodness. For a moment, I'm like, is that intercepted? Do we have a chance to actually pick up the first here? And suddenly, we find the end zone. And we find the football back. Chance to tie. Need to convert a 3rd and 8. We're getting on the move. We don't even need the tight ends and lead blocker. Labourne out at the 31 as he phases through the medical tent. Was Harry Potter? Was that platform 9 3/4? That was funky. But, hey, Labourne being a magician could be what's best for us. Throw to the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Keontae Labourne, what a throw. And guess who? It's his favorite receiver in the end zone, Gavin Howard. What a way to tie it. Expelliarmus, or whatever. Avada Kedavra. They're dead. Too many Harry Potter references. I'm alienating my audience. Anyway. We are tied. And we need to make a stop on 3rd down. I don't really like our defense here. 3rd and 9. It's good coverage. They're going to look to take off, and they're going to get it. We play good enough coverage, but we leave the quarterback. Oh, they got us with play action. Or did they? Flemings gets a hand on it. Knocks it incomplete. Okay. We're going to have to contain. 3rd and 9. They're going to go orbit motion. Doesn't really change much for me, though. They're going to look to run. Big hit. Ball's on the ground. It's recovered by Wilson. He's got nothing but green grass. Get out of the way, ref. Burren in pursuit. Wilson past midfield to the 20, losing stamina. 5, touchdown. Coast to coast, Wilson, go ahead touchdown. Oh my goodness. They tried to cash that check one too many times. This one bounced. Just like the football, bounced out, scooped up, and run all the way back for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. I mean, the contain obviously didn't work to keep him in the pocket when he can just step up like that, but a big hit and a big recovery, and we just allowed a 55-yard rush. Louisiana Tech not dead yet. We're going to have to leave a defensive tackle as a spy. We're not getting pressure that way anyway. Another big hit. I think that's just what we have to do. Contain the quarterback, put a spy out there, try to play good coverage. But now they're just running the ball. I mean, Grant Washington, granted, he just ran for 55 yards, but we got to figure this thing out. Quarterback scrambles was working in a big way, and then they just decide to abuse the running game. Not this time. Howling, more like screaming into the backfield, makes the play. Just wrap up. Just wrap up. 3rd and goal. A minute and a half to play. Again, we're gonna go QB spy. We're gonna try to play good coverage here. We've got a spy out there. Fumble again! It's recovered by the Warhawks! Howling dives on it. Again, they tried that one too many times. We had the contain, we had the spy, he had nowhere to go. Good coverage down the field. We did what it takes to win. James Smith is the one who jarred it loose. And that should be enough. No, Noah Fleming's dove on it. I thought it was Howling. But no, it was Noah Fleming's number 3. Louisiana Tech still with all their timeouts. We need a first down. Oh, we're going to get one. Or are we? I talked about not counting our chickens before they grow up and get a job. I can't remember the expression now, but we did just that. 2nd and 1. Nope, there's Roland. Probably should have just gone down. But that will do it. Victory formation. UL Monroe is 5-0. What do you know? And I know it looked okay from the word go in this one, but we blew that lead. We went down big, but we came back clutch and did enough. Huge win here. It looked so ugly, but we made plays when we needed to. We owned and dominated the second half, 21-0 in the second half. And Keontae LeBourne made plays when he needed to. 2 touchdowns, only 138 yards passing, Roland 99 yards on the ground. Also was our leading receiver in terms of catches, but 255 and a touchdown for Tremaine Ware. 2 for 36 and a touchdown for Gavin Howard. And then defensively, a lot of TFLs in this one. A sack for Ethan Bailey. No picks, but a couple forced fumbles. Fleming's had one. We talked about how we needed to start doing that. Also had a recovery on the James Smith forced fumble as Corey and Wilson ran the other one all the way back. There's just something different about this team. We are fighting through the whistle. That's the difference. Here's the deal. I know they were 0-4 to start. They're 1-0 in conference play. So we can't just look at the record for Louisiana Lafayette and be like, this is an easy win. It's a rivalry game. And more importantly, this is a game that our AD wants us to win. They just beat Troy 28-3. Troy drops to 0-6. They lost by a point to Kennesaw State. They lose to UCF, Florida State, Tulane. All better opponents. They come to Sun Belt play, it's belt to ass. Troy beat us last year, by the way, so that's unfortunate. But we're 5-0, and we really haven't played stiff competition. Right? So this is not one of those games where I'm like, okay, we're red hot. We're good to go. This is a scary one. You look at our AD expectations, bottom right, beat Louisiana by 3+ points. That's 200 NIL. 200. We've got one shot. We can't miss our chance to blow. If blowing is a good thing, which it can be. 5-0. Last time this team was this good to start the season is never. 8-5 is the benchmark for as good as ULM football can get. We're on pace for it right now, but Sun Belt competition could be a little bit stiffer. Speaking of not missing our chance. Anyway, Brenton Maddox is nearing a decision. It's not quite there yet. Emmanuel Obata is also not quite there. Playing style is an F. See, this is where I would say, let's just screw this way. It's a high chance to sway. It's not working. So let's go back to the tried and true, send everything we have except for the house, and continue to pursue the players the way we've been. Have not done anything with Javier Menzi just yet. But again, we're trying to get these guys committed before focusing on anything else. And I'm trying to get these guys committed without scholarships. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. If we can get them committed, we don't need the scholarship. Currently, you look at the one recruit we had that ended up committing from last year, which is the one that I thought we had no chance to get at one point, Keontae LeBourne. His NIL currently is 0. That's going to go up. So we do need to be ready for that. For sure. He's played a pretty good season so far. He's been a big reason why we're winning. Could afford to get the accuracy up, but I really haven't seen the accuracy to be too big of an issue. It's really just more about the receivers. But 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, nearly 1,000 yards passing. What's been more interesting than anything is the fact that the running game hasn't really been too much of a factor. So we'll see if we can keep it up. This is a big game. 66 overall for the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette. We're going over, and we're going to try to end their undefeated streak in conference play. This could be a tough one, though. They gave us a challenge last year, and they ended up coming out on top in our home stadium. Now we've got to go to theirs and try to do the same. Try to get our revenge. And it's a packed house for this rivalry game. I mean, there's not a seat to be found. I know it looks like there's a whole section. That's the section for the band. So there's a lot of intrigue, a lot of expectations, a lot of anticipation surrounding this game. We've got to play up to that standard. Noah Fleming's recovered a fumble, by the way. So ULL starts with the football. They don't get anything. We're on the 41. Roland is ice cold. And we need to move the chains. It's a decent ball. Ware cannot bring it down. Do we try a 58-yarder? We're going to bring out the kicker. It's moving pretty quick. But I think he may just have the leg. Fans going crazy. From 58. We're about to see. That looks about as good as we can get. It's got a chance. And it's good. That is a kicker that could end up getting drafted. Abram drills from 58. Oh my goodness, from the logo. Oh my goodness. Abram Murray, you beauty. What a kick. What a moment. 58-yard field goal. So, when conditions are good, we know he probably has a chance to drill from 60. It's a tough ask, but he might have that potential. Good pressure. Now, they're going to end up tying it up here, but we're already moving the ball down the field. 46-yard rush by Bryson Rowland. And I want to see LeBourne, show us some of this running ability. It's good timing. Ware makes up for the drop now with a big catch. First down. But LeBourne does have a really good arm. So, we don't just need to force run the ball when he has the type of arm talent that he does. 93 throw power. Accuracy's not too bad. Broken tackle, Bryson Rowland. Touchdown. Where's the flag? That's way too late on the hit. He's yards deep into the end zone. It's not okay. But what is okay is taking the lead. 10-3. And it's 3rd and 7. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. They're actually playing very few in the box here. QB Rap might catch him sleeping. Nope, they're wide awake. But it is 4th and 4. We're going to leave the offense out there. Man, the middle of the field just looks so open, but obviously it doesn't stay that way. Tried to step up with LeBourne, and they were ready for it. And we get sacked, and they tie it up at 10. Damn, okay. Missed opportunity. Need to get rid of it in that spot. No question. A minute on the clock. We got to drive the length of the field here pretty much. Already to the 43, though. It is not quite as far as I thought. And that is a really tough throw to make. I saw the slot working over. I thought that had a chance to go the other way. Thankfully, it did not. Eldridge in motion. Working off play action. We're throwing it deep. No chance to make a play on the ball. We actually dig green. Time it up. Going into the half with the lead would be so big. That's going to be a great throw. No, you got to dive and make a play. Oh, my goodness. That's a great ball, all things considered. Getting on the move. Can he make that throw? Oh, my goodness, Keontae LeBourne. That takes guts to even attempt that. But I like using the mobility, getting open, and trying to make some of these, players lose their responsibilities in coverage and give up some bigger plays, as that is a really unfortunate drop. Wouldn't have had much probably on that, but just got to catch that. You're telling me you can't hear Basley? You're like 6 yards away. Bullet to Basley. He drops it. Man. We still have all our timeouts. But the clock is making that somewhat of a non-factor. Getting on the move. We're going to throw that. Work back to the ball. Red timed it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I kind of forgot that it pops up, honestly. Like, that's a huge miss. We do take the lead with a field goal. but we maybe could have had a touchdown. But we do have a 20-10 lead here. And as I've said before, this is basically our Super Bowl. This is our national championship. 200 NIL on the line. Obviously, beating a rival's big. And Roland just cannot get up the field in time. 20-10. Do we want 23-10? Not really. It's already a 2-possession game. We want to move the chains here. That is a nice catch by Roland. That is a bullet from LeBourne. And a good job to reel that in. Back on the ground. Why did we jump cut there? Oh my goodness. Wide open lane. For some reason, we couldn't hit it. That looks like a pretty good route. That looks like a pretty good ball. And that looks like another Gavin Howard touchdown. What's so weird about Gavin Howard is we don't ever hit him unless it's a touchdown. He's just a beast in the red zone. He doesn't catch anything but touchdowns. Gavin Howard, man. He's been valuable. He's been valuable. Maybe we need to start to look for him, you know, in every type of situation. He might be our best receiver. Here's 3rd and 7. We're up big. That's a big pancake. And there's Gavin Howard for the first. We maybe just need to find him. Wherever Gavin Howard is, that's probably where the ball needs to go. We're going to take this to the 4th quarter, up 27-10. It feels like an unblowable lead. I'll tell you from experience, it's not. So we're up 17. This is another spot where we would go for it. It's a 3-possession game already. They cannot do anything to make it 2 possessions. So we're going to go for it if we don't get it here. And try to do whatever we can to score a touchdown. Make it 34. Maybe even 35. I mean, you just don't know what you're capable of. And with a lead, this is probably the time to take a shot. And what you're going to notice is we have a wide open receiver here. I'm thinking the safety could probably get in a position to make a play on that. But maybe it's just worth ripping it, trying to go back shoulder. That kind of ends up being somewhat open if we could have led that. But on 4th and 4, as I mentioned, we are going to leave the offense on the field. I just don't think 3 does anything for us. Did Ware make that catch? He did. You just don't expect them to make those plays. And yet, they do. Well, at least this time around. There's Bryson Rowland, kind of banged up. He's got 13 for 75. Firmly in the driver's seat. And the great part about going for that and getting that is we're able to take more time off the clock. There's Gavin Howard. He's my new favorite player, I think. I said he only caught touchdowns, but now we're throwing to him and he's just catching everything. He's finding yards after the catch. He's holding on to it. This is a redshirt freshman, and he's playing like a veteran. 2nd and goal. Tight end open. Eldridge, touchdown. It is a murder here in Lafayette. We're going to go for 2 to make it 35. Our goal was to beat them by 3. And that's what we're doing. And that's caught by Parker Fulgham. It's 35-10. Belt to ass. What a performance. Hey, if we lose 5 in a row, we're already bowl eligible after this one. We're going to pay for that. Congrats on the first, though. Even if we lose 5 in a row, we're already bowl eligible. It's a win on the season. Obviously, we don't want to lose 5 in a row. Good defense. Like, I don't want our expectations to get too high. But obviously, I see the chat. I know what everyone's thinking, right? If we stay at this level, there is a chance for a college football playoff berth this year, right? That's a possibility. Ware makes the catch back shoulder. I don't think that's a realistic possibility, because I saw what this team was last year, and it's only marginally better this year. But I do recognize if we keep playing to this level, like, yeah, we can probably get in. There might be a better group of 5 team that gets in. That's also a possibility, right? So it's not a guarantee. But yeah, we're having a great year. Final play of the game is a 0-yard rush for Bryson Rowland. Triple zeros on the clock. This is our biggest win of the series, and it's not even close. A rivalry win, 35-10 over Louisiana Lafayette. It was a big athletic director goal to come out and win by 3 or more, and we took that to another level. We didn't beat them by 3. We nearly beat them by 30. Nearly. We didn't, but nearly. So, we've got all the momentum in the world right now. We're 6-0, 2-0 in conference play. We had Ricky Collins in an absolute box the entire game. And offensively, another great game from Keontae LeBourne. The true freshman goes 21-35 for 241, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He didn't really run the ball especially well, but that's just getting sacked. Tremaine Ware, 6 for 85, but touchdowns for Gavin Howard, Cooper Eldridge, and Joe Basley with a 52-yard catch. But Gavin Howard, man, continues to play really, really well. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Defensively, DFL for James Smith. Didn't have a sack or a pick in this one. Just continue to make plays, keep him short of the sticks. And we are 6-0. So we have 65 coach points. We've really upgraded all there is to upgrade in Motivator. It's time to go into the recruiter tree, I would say. And I always like Architect to get XP bonuses. Just with Recruiter, the actual value with it is taking less time to fully scout players, and we're in kind of one of those windows where it's important to do that. So I think that's where we're going to focus for right now. Like Tactician, I do like, and we're on a run, so it would be a nice boost to boost up the O-line. But recruiting is also super important right now. It's kind of a tough call, to be honest. But the thing is, in order to get Architect, you have to win 4 rivalry games and spend 200 in Motivator. We've already done that. Just need to also spend 200 in Tactician. And in order to do that, we've got to get to level 3 on all but Specialists. So, kind of a long way away. I think Recruiter is more valuable to us right now. And I think we're going to focus on linebacker, because that's where the speed's going to be pretty important. I plan on scouting a lot of linebackers following the commitment of a number of these players, and hopefully those are on the way. So we are feeling pretty good. Brent Maddox is very close to a decision. He's reached his top 3. We just got 200, or guaranteed 200 NIL by beating Louisiana by 3+ points. And we've got 4-2 Southern Miss next. Another team that is yet to lose a conference game. These are tough games. I can't guarantee we're going to do what we just did to Louisiana. Southern Miss is at the top of the conference. They are the only team in the conference not named Louisiana Monroe that are 2-0 in conference play. James Madison, nightmare start, by the way. 2-4 overall, 1-1 in conference play. That should be the strongest team in the conference, and it's not really looking like it to this point. Maddox is very close to committing. I've talked about how insane this guy looks. Obviously, the carrying, the break tackle, the catching, all that stuff looks really bad. But just starting with that athletic floor, he'd be a super valuable player to add. No question. And, I mean, Obata, Cheeks, and Dukwe, probably only a matter of weeks away. So, I'm really feeling good about the way things are going. I think the value is with these under-recruited 3-stars. I can't wait to add some more to the board. And I think before we jump into this next game, we're going to go in, focus on player upgrades. We've only done a few of them so far, but Keontae LeBourne now is up to 3 skill points, which means we can upgrade accuracy. Or actually, no, we can upgrade IQ. Not quite to accuracy, but again, I think that's pretty good. The only reason I might wait is to get throw on the run into the 80s. And I think that could end up being pretty valuable. But no, let's get IQ up. Carrying into the 70s. Get that awareness boost for simulation, which again, I think does matter quite a bit. And we'll focus on the rest of the roster. There are a number of guys with skill points that can get upgraded. Roland's been killing it for us so far. Former 1-star, who's a pretty good athlete overall. We've got to upgrade carrying. Don't want him fumbling, but we'll handle the rest. We got Southern Miss 2-0 on the road. Expected to rain. And we're expected to bring the pain. Trying to stay undefeated on the season. A lot of teams in the Sun Belt are a 67 overall. A lot of them are. And we've done so, pretty well so far against teams that are rated similarly. I was talking to the stream in between where I'm like, hey, we're probably due for some regression. We can only continue to win so many close games. And, right now we're doing it. But you got to expect that at some point something's going to give. And we're probably going to end up, losing a close game or two. And obviously we don't want that to happen, but we can expect that at some point that's going to happen. Hopefully it's not today. Hopefully we can stay undefeated. Some were saying that we're catching fire at the right time. I do think that we are starting to play better. Like, you've seen Keontae LeBourne get better across the season. You've seen the receivers be a little bit more consistent. I think you've especially seen the defense play better. And hopefully that trend will continue. So it's not actually raining yet. It is expected to rain soon. Orbit motion. And that's wide open. And there goes the run of the defense. Southern Miss on top early. We've been getting crushed on any corner route. It's just tough to know when it's coming. I mean, we're mostly running zone coverage, and it's just not good enough. It's not gooding enough. Connor Gooding touchdown. It's just doing a lot of chasing. And this could be one of those games for us. We've seen these before. We have very few this season. We really have, where we're just down and we're not getting the ball. Just simulating it away, and suddenly we're back on defense trying to get a stop. And Flemings can't get there. Deshaun Purdy with the big scramble. It's just, this might end up being one of those games. We're into the second quarter. We haven't touched the ball outside of a moment yet, right? So this could just be one of those games. Peter Panda, thanks for the prime. So hopefully it's not, but we've gotten lucky enough to avoid these most of the year. As I said, eventually that's probably going to run out. Now, losing one game in the conference, not to say that we're going to lose this one, but it's a possibility. Losing one game in the conference is not enough to end our season. Right? So, just got to Try and not let things get out of control. They're going to leave the offense out there. Okay. Just got to continue to play good football and hope the results follow, and that's a sack! Purdy tries to roll out, and he rolls out right into C.J. Wilson, but they've got the ball right back. This is what I'm talking about, man. It's just so tough. We're going to be living with our back up against the end zone. Oh, nice tackle by Noah Flemings, though. That is a huge play. I thought that was for sure a touchdown. It was not. And that's a touchdown. Just not quite close enough. And it's Gooding again. We need points here desperately. Down 14-0. We do have the ball. That's a good start. We're going to throw on the run, and we're not going to find the receiver, Eldridge. Trying to upgrade LeBourne's throw on the run. Hopefully start to see that paying off. There goes LeBourne. He's wrapped up. Southern Miss trying to keep the foot on the throat. They're going to call a timeout. Third and 8. Hopefully somebody wants to get open here. If not, I mean, LeBourne might be able to run for it. He obviously just doesn't have the same level of speed. And there is going to be a flag here. It's going to be a hold. I mean, we tried to step up, but they had a spy. It's a hold anyway, so wouldn't have had anything good. They're going to decline that to force 4th and 8. And what an awful play. It's a very good-looking punt, though, except our gunner got thrown to the ground. Big hit, fumble would have been great. And they're driving down the field. It's 17, now 24-0 Southern Miss, 31-0. And the rain's starting to come down in a big way. As I said, it's you can kind of tell pretty quickly it was going to be one of those games, and that's going to be picked. We threw it absolutely way too late. Not like we had a chance anyway, but yeah, we got bodied in this one. At least the sun's back out. I thought that was going to be a run. Oh, it's just a jailbreak screen. Yep. Southern Miss is going to end our undefeated season. We just don't have a prayer. Did not do nearly well enough in simulation. I don't really see anybody getting open, and we're just getting relentlessly sacked. Get me out of here. 38-0 is your final. Just dominated. We had pretty much no moments to even try to score. But even when we were in the game, not like we could really do anything. LeBourne threw a pick, of course, in this one. Roland put the ball on the ground twice. This is one we're going to hopefully forget about. That's for sure. Let's get back in the win column. Well, let's go to some positive news. Brenton Maddox is 2 weeks away from a commitment. That is excellent news. Excellent news. I mean, Nick Lozano's not too far behind. Joel Ndukwe is really taking his time, and I'm worried that a team's going to come from nowhere and ISIS on that. Like, pretty scared about that. I just feel like South Carolina could put an offer in, and we're in rough shape. But if we can get everybody on our board right now to commit, we're going to have 6 commits. which doesn't sound like a lot because it isn't. But we had 1 last year. The problem that we're going to find ourselves in going after some of these better players is we're graduating a lot of players and we're going to get killed again by the portal. So we really need quantity along with the increased quality. And that's going to be the challenge, right? And our resources are limited here at ULM. So what we could do is try to offer a scholarship somewhere to try and get some of these points, but I don't know. I think we're going to stick to what we're doing and just hope it works out. We're really going to try to use the portal as well. Troy is only a 61 overall. We're back at home. We're going with the P40 Warhawk alternates. And let's put the crowd in gray to match the awesome alternates. So our 6-0 start was great. We just ran into a brick wall full speed. Absolutely obliterated in our last game. I've already tried to put it out of my mind. I can't even remember who we played. Is that concerning? We played Southern Miss. Well, played actually is maybe a bit of a stretch. We were there in some capacity, not a good one. And we're, again, hopefully going to put that behind us and bounce back with a big win over Troy. Now, they started out like 0-6 or 0-5. So they've won 2 of their last 3, and that's in Sun Belt Conference play, you'd imagine. As pressure gets there, Zachary Polk with the sack. Okay. So we don't want to be running into a red-hot Troy. But again, the point is they've played teams outside of the conference that have just been better than they are. And now that they're back in Sun Belt play, anything can happen. So again, we cannot treat this opponent too lightly. And I don't really think we have done that the entire year. We've treated everybody like a real threat, and I think it's paid off with a lot of success. We're going to take a deep shot. There goes Ware, down the sideline. Streaking past Turner. Touchdown. Oh my goodness, the longest play of the series. A bomb to Ware down that right sideline. Little did I know it took putting on the fighter jet alternates to start dropping bombs. Doesn't exactly work, but you get the idea. Raining hellfire down on the Troy Trojans. Dude, imagine being a citizen of Troy back in the day and a P-40 fighter jet flies over your city. You'd see mass suicide. Anyway, it's 3rd and 10. Troy trying to get it going on offense. Taking a deep shot. Just knock it down. Nope, Mossed. Tied. Corner out of position. Tried to get him back in position. That's my reaction as well. 7-7. And our defense needs help. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Oh, when I say Troy, by the way, I don't mean Troy, Alabama. I mean the ancient city of Troy. And you're a citizen in, like, I don't even know when Troy was around. 300 BC? Couldn't tell you. 8 for 71 for Caleb Hicks after that play is interesting. Gonna throw on the run. Thankfully, that's not caught. Fourth and 8. If you were in Pompeii, what were you doing the day the volcano erupted? I actually think there is a preserved person doing what I would be doing. Anyway, our defense needs help again. We're getting destroyed here. We're down 10-7, and we just could not sustain a drive. Please make a tackle. It annoys me. Their quarterback's name is Raj. It's not Roger. It's just Raj. Well, he survives a hit stick and finds the end zone. And it's 17-7. Third down alert. We're going to take over here with just over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. Like, they're begging for us to throw the ball, but we're going to run it at them. And Roland gets nothing. Fourth and 2. Leaving the offense out there. Throwing. Linebacker got back to it. I don't like the trend. We're being outscored a lot the last 2 games. I don't even want to do the math. Partially because I don't have that type of ability. I don't know what 38 plus 17 is. Who has, what do I need, a calc for that? It's 20, that's short for calculator, by the way. It's 31-7. Lobbing it up. Nope. It's 38-7. 2-6, Troy comes into town and blasts the damn door down. We've allowed 38 points in back-to-back games and only managed a total of 7 in these 2 games combined. Oh, fuck. I don't really know what's happening other than I talked about regression. Well, we're taking regression to the next level. We have regressed to an unbelievable level. So much Keontae LeBourne's trying to hide in the medical tent. At this point, we're playing for pride. Best case scenario, we lose 38-15, I guess. It's not great. A Sun Belt to ask for us this time around. Goodness. And hey, things started out nice. We had the longest touchdown in the history of the series and then got outscored 38-0. Oh, and Parker Fulgham with his first drop of the year. He had previously caught, I think, everything up to this point. Then Ware with his second touchdown of the game. Hey, somebody showed up today. Oh, do we need the onside kick, do you think? Do you think we could use it? There's no way this guy is surviving these. That's the game. We got crushed again. And in these uniforms, too. Now we are 2-2 in conference play. I don't even know what happened in this one. Tremaine Ware over 100 yards receiving at 6 catches, 2 touchdowns. Defensively, we absolutely sucked. But we were bad offensively, too. It was kind of a tough combo. Well, our hopes of a college football playoff berth are completely dead now, which I didn't think we were going to make it anyway. But I really had a good feeling we were going to make the conference championship game. That's pretty up in the air. Very up in the air, in fact. We're 2-2 in conference play. You look at App State, James Madison, ODU, Georgia State, looking good in the East. Or maybe not so much Georgia State, but I guess the West is more open. Arkansas State, Southern Miss, Troy, all right there. But the fact that we've lost to both Troy and Southern Miss, no good. We will absolutely need to beat Arkansas State. Absolutely. And then we've got maybe some beatable teams on the schedule. Like, you'd think that, but also Troy was just 2-6, and they annihilated us. So I really don't even know what to think about that. I would say that we are 1 week away from our first commit of the cycle in Brenton Maddox. Again, we're very close on everybody else. In fact, Maddox no longer needs 50. I would say 25, probably more than enough to get it done. And we're gonna put 50 on Joel and Dukeway, just to try and solidify this lead. And maybe we'll put the final 5 on, well, we can't here, and Markel Cheeks. Maybe we put Joe Menzie off the board. I mean, can't even really scout with 5 hours. I guess here's what we're going to do. We're going to put 15 on Brenton Maddox, and we'll put 50 on Markel Cheeks. Again, I just want these players to get committed. Be about the program. Be about ULM. I had to think of them for a second, which program we were, but we actually have like a great sell there on Markel Cheeks. That might really expedite things. And maybe, you know what, with the final 15 here, I really think we're neglecting the offensive line a little bit. Let's go find maybe somebody else. Let's go find a guard that is capable here. Like, I do want to be able to scout these guys, but maybe Rico Carton has this locked out. Why do these guys have locks in the top left? They don't appear to be locked. I'm confused. Is that a visual glitch? Don't know. We're just going to assume he's good enough. We're going to put 15 on Rico Carton. Okay. We're locked. Let's go. Also, if you look above my head, you'll see Bordeaux trying to spell the word specific, and it's very funny. We got Arkansas State. They're 3-1 in conference play. And they're pretty good. 71 overall. I think we might have to retire the P40 Warhawk alts now. Oh, brother. Okay. Defense needs help after allowing a 27-yard rush. Our 6-0 start has been spoiled here in conference play. We've dropped 2 in a row. But I feel like we're going to get back in the win column here against Arkansas State. I feel like we are. We had 2, I mean, really unimaginable losses. But we're a different team now. I think we've only got stronger because of that. You know what they say, sometimes you have to lose to win. I don't think anyone said that, but Red Wolves touchdown. Jeez. Our defense has fallen apart. And our offense has also really been struggling. We've got a 4th and inches here from the 34. Of course, leaving the offense on the field. Nice catch from Tremaine Ware. What exactly happened? I don't really know what happened. Either way, we've got the ball on the 30. 3rd and 7. Roland's going to have just enough. LeBourne threw a pick and sim, maybe? Is that what happened? We just can't have that. 3rd and 9. We're going to run. LeBourne has no wiggle. He really doesn't. We, again, will leave the offense on the field playing for the tie here. Like, he's got decent speed, but it's just... It's so bad compared to last year with Austin Carlisle, and we're not going to pick up the first there. We do manage to get the ball back. Quick punt. And maybe we should have just taken 3, but... We're trying to tie it up. Here's 3rd and 4. That is a really tough catch. But it was a catch that was made. Okay, they're going to try to take all the time off the clock for me. Let's rip a quick timeout. We only lost 5 seconds. Someone's going to get open and find the end zone here. Going for Eldridge. Underthrown. Dropped by Eldridge. It's 4th down. And because we went for it last time, now we're going to go for it this time. 4th and 4. And again, we keep going over the middle unsuccessfully and throwing short of the sticks, trying to take advantage. It's not working. 4th and 1. Apparently, they're punting. I can see this being a fake. And it won't be. We've got to find a way to score, man. Oh, my God. 1st and goal. Down 7-0. I need to see us be a second-half team. It's good coverage, and we get to the quarterback, Taj Overton, with the sack. Thank you. We're going to press what's ever going on. I hate these wide splits. It's so difficult to defend this. 3rd and goal. $50 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. And they do end up throwing that. That's a good tackle. And I honestly think this is a stupid decision to leave the offense on the field. We ran commit middle. You got to make the tackle. Let's go. Ethan Bailey stops them. And we've got to go 97 yards to tie. I'm really expecting him to keep getting blocked the way he was getting blocked. So we tried to cut back, and then it's just not open. And now he might be hurt. Okay, there's LeBourne, and he puts it on the ground. It's recovered by Arkansas State, and it's a touchdown. And he fucking 6'7" me. Still plenty of time. Still plenty of time. Here's my main concern, I'm going to tell you. We have scored so few points in the last 3 games. It's ridiculous. Lobbing it up. I need Fulgham to go make a play. Fulgham makes the catch! Fulgham, come in. Touchdown. On the way. Come on. 1st and goal from the 5. Quick throw, Eldridge, touchdown. We're back. And we're back on offense. Okay. That was a big score. That was a big swing. And that's batted down at the line. We're going to find it, though. Hopefully before the game's over. And, that, dude, that's defensive pass interference. Are they finally going to call that this year? They are. Okay, thank you. Dude, I'm okay if the receivers get bumped because it's something that happens. But typically that would not be pass interference in the past. Thankfully, it looks like they're going to call it this year. And we're instantly sacked. 2nd and 16, but you know what? It's better than an interception. 2nd and 16. We're going to try a screen. That's going to be bad. That's going to be intercepted. The linebacker just followed it. I thought he wouldn't. That's a bad mistake to make. I just thought he wouldn't. Should have just thrown the screen, and now we're down 21-7, and that might just be the game. Another deep shot. Ware cannot come down with it. But Ware can burn. And that's going to be an interception. We threw over the line. The receiver refused to jump for the ball. And that's going to be the game. We've lost 3 straight in conference play. And it's enough to end our season, really. We've really been so good at avoiding turnovers the entire year as well. 28-7. It is falling apart. 3 interceptions for Keontae LeBourne. We could not run the ball at all. We couldn't pass the ball really at all. Got a couple big plays. We didn't really play any defense. What is happening? What is happening? At least we're about to get some good news. And after a 3-game losing streak, we could use a little bit of good news. It's our first commit, Brenton Maddox. He's a great athlete, great speed, great change of direction abilities, and our future starting running back. Nick Lozano, big-time receiver, not too far behind. And we absolutely need to bounce back against Georgia State. I mean, our conference title hopes are nearing non-existent at this point. That's just the reality. I think they are non-existent. I think we need to win out, and teams need to lose out, and even still, it's not going to be enough, probably. So, as I said, I thought there'd be some regression, and there was way too much regression. That's pretty tough. Brenton Maddox is close to a hard commit, so I guess we can leave the hours on for now. And the Rico Carden experiment is quickly over, as he has a scholarship offer. We do still have NIL, so we could be handing out scholarships if we wanted to be. And, you know, maybe that is something that's going to end up happening. But, maybe not just yet. I mean, I think Benjamin Gent is like the clear choice here. There are still some guards that are available. A lot of them are just looking for so much money just to come to a place like Monroe, Louisiana, and that's tough. But we've got to improve on the offensive line. We don't have a choice. We need to. That hopefully is going to kickstart things. John, thanks for the tier 1. And speaking of kickstart things, it's crazy. We upgrade the team, and then we start performing worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It's tough. We're in like a pretty ridiculously bad slide right now. Our defense, awful. The offense that was performing well, awful. Like, nothing is going right for us right now. But it's our job to try and get this ship back in the right direction. Georgia State is 3-7. However, again, like I've said for all these teams, they're 3-7 factoring in, their results out of conference play. They've been much better in the conference, 3-3. And based off of what we've done in the conference so far, we're probably about to get blown out. Hopefully not. 2-3 in Sun Belt play. I'm hoping today is where we get back on track. We've got 3rd and 11. It's now or never, right? And we've got Flemings rushing off the edge. That just can't be his best role. And we're playing pretty good defense. But a broken tackle and a first down. Georgia State convert. Here's 3rd and 10. Can't wait to see how this one's converted. Get Flemings off the ball, man. Fourth and 4. They probably leave the offense out there. They're going to try a field goal. Decent distance on this. Not crazy, but missable. And it's going to stay wide right. Never got there. We're really not doing much offensively either, so. 3rd and 10. The offense, we've hit a real lull. We just really can't consistently move the ball. There's LeBourne. That's a great ball. Needed to see a throw like that get caught. Unreal throw from Keontae LeBourne. We needed that. There's the pitch. Roland, just enough speed. Race to the end zone. He wins it. Touchdown. Huge. Seven 0 start. Bryson Rowland puts us on the board. Okay. Instantly they tie it. Long play. We just can't get any consistency, man. Or maybe we can. We're consistently awful. Plenty of options there. We do hit Rowland on the check down, and he gets it. The thing is, if we could get a really nice receiving back that can actually catch some of these in stride, that's also going to make our offense look a lot better. We're getting blitzed. We're going to have to throw it early. Diving catch is made. Great timing on the throw. Gavin Howard brings us down to the 14. Good timing on that. Just got to catch it. Ooh, they're going to say he's short. But Fulgham puts us down to the 1-yard line. We've had a lot of plays that go down to the 1. And it's not always the easiest to get in. In fact, Rowland is going to lose us a few. He's got 5 rushes for 9 yards. And Georgia State's going to start calling timeouts. I actually really did like the idea of read option there. Well, we do have inside zone in the playbook. I think they've suggested that the entire year. Rowland stood up again. And now we've got to try to convert a 3rd down. They want us to run. I don't really see that as a viable option. Call me crazy. 3rd and goal from the 4. I like the slant. It's late. It doesn't matter because we're throwing to Gavin Howard. Touchdown machine, his 5th of the year. 14-7. Give us the ball back. Oh, we do get the ball back. 52 seconds, 1 timeout. All right, we got to try to stretch the field a little bit here. That could be it. There's Gavin Howard. That'll work. Nice throw from LeBourne. He was heating up. We're going to get on the move. We're going to fire a strike up the seam. Hopefully, no, it's going to be picked and hung up. No. And there's a big return here. Broken tackle down the sideline. It's a tie game. I felt like that was the type of play he'd be capable of making. But it just floated up in the air, led right to the safety, and that's a big swing in the game. 14-14. Did he get intercepted again? That was a penalty, but same result. Georgia State has the ball on the 22. He's going to run. We just don't have the speed. Touchdown, Georgia State. Crandall just with too much speed. Okay, a moment would be sick here at some point. 3 minutes to go. They're blitzing. Eldridge drops the ball. Thank you for the gifted sub, Bedenka. Stepping up, throwing on the run. We're over the line by what, an inch? It's going to be 3rd and 14. Yeah, I mean, just wasn't open. I keep hoping that these linebackers are going to be worse in coverage than they ultimately end up being. They're always in the right position. 4th and 14. We need it. And it's not even close. How far off is the throw? It's a clean pocket. Duck. The true freshman, man. He's made some great throws. He's made some not so great throws here lately. And we're staring a 4th straight loss in the face. Not technically out of it yet. It doesn't look very good, though. They do actually snap the ball. We need a fumble. I don't think we're going to get one. I don't think we're going to get one. Second and 8. And we're going to run commit middle. RPO. We just don't have the speed. And we can't rip the ball out. I mean, we could call timeouts, but it's 1st and goal. I mean, there's really not even a point. We will now, but we're not going to give up completely, but it looks pretty bad. Holy shit, dude. I mean, we just can't get out of our own way. And we don't have the athletes to keep up with Georgia State. Like, that's an incredible sentence. Don't give me a fucking moment now. You didn't give me a moment for the entire second half, basically. We're spiraling. 28-14. And the only thing you can say is, hey, you know what? 28 points is the least we've allowed in a little while. And it's still so many points. Georgia Southern. on the schedule, Week 12. We are 6-4 after 4 straight losses where we've allowed 28, 28, 38, and 38 points. Well, maybe we'll only allow 18 in back-to-back games. Georgia Southern and South Alabama to end the year. We can still finish with 8 regular season wins. That would be great. That would be great. Hey, because if you remember, we had a great season last year where we won 6 in the regular season and then 7 with the bowl. And we're on pace to be better than that. We're 6-4. That's great. The order of the wins is not important. Georgia Southern is a 62 overall. We need this. We need this so bad. We can't make the conference championship game anymore, but it's for morale. An 8-win year would be very nice. And Georgia State's got the light show going on. They're kissing somebody's head. There's really no way to know who that is. This is where we win. This is a bounce-back game. Roland has run the ball so unbelievably bad the past few games. Hopefully we can figure that out today. The offensive line has performed really, really badly. There goes Roland. Okay. 2 for 15 to start. It is true that we said the Louisiana game was our Super Bowl. That's a sick throw on the run to Evans. And then the team did start playing like the season had ended. Maybe they thought it was the national championship, and we only needed to focus on 6 games. It's a good route. It's a good ball. Gavin Howard makes the catch. We're driving now. We found some rhythm offensively after none in the previous couple of games. And there goes Roland. Bryson Roland all the way down to the 6. Okay, we've got something here. And Bryson Roland touchdown. It just looks so easy against Georgia Southern compared to any of the other teams we played. And here are the 2 plays so far. 31-yard rush by Miles Mitchell. 30-yard pass to Mojo Dortch. We've allowed 60 yards in 2 plays. How is our defense this bad? Like, they were okay for a stretch. We got to get some moderators to wake the hell up. Please. We need our defense to wake up, dude. In the worst way. These mobile quarterbacks are just killing us. Thankfully, that's not a touchdown. They're going to leave the offense out there, though. 4th and 4. We're going to press. We're going to play underneath. I am so sick of every team that we play being able to bring their quarterback up through the line and throwing on the run for a touchdown. It's sickening. Every team we play. The Sun Belt, I think, is home to the best quarterbacks on the planet. Throw it up. Double coverage. Intercepted. We're launching picks now. Hey, I mean, does it even matter? We can't get a freaking stop, so I don't even know that it matters. If we don't score a touchdown on every drive, we lose. That's what happens next. That's on me. Touchdown. All right, let's dial back in here. Let's dial back in. Sacked. This is brutal. Sacked. It just doesn't really appear like anybody's getting open. Am I just missing the timing every time? It's a possibility. That looks pretty open. Ware wins down the sideline. Finally a positive play. And we need speed so that we can do that consistently. Sacked. That was late. That was late on me. I'm gonna have to call timeout. What we need to do here, after we get a couple more commits, I mean, obviously the offensive line's a problem, but we need speed at receiver. And that is a bad decision. I can see it's not going to be open, and we're trying to force it. That's the problem with playing poorly, is in order to try to play not poorly, you start making poor decisions, trying to force things, because you're searching for a big play that isn't necessarily there. But nothing's there. Man. What are we going to do? Convert a 4th and 15 in this spot? No. Awful punt. And they're down the field in 2 seconds. 10 yards, 26 yards, 12 yards. But they're out of timeouts, so that's halftime. Down 14-7. We've got to figure this out. Oh my God, this defense, man. Please. We can't stop the run at all. We can't stop the pass at all. How are we possibly this level of bad? Oh my God. Oh. Hey, thanks for the moment, down 24-7. Yeah, thanks for the 4th and 7. He's going to run with LeBourne. Got a block. Nice little juke from Keontae LeBourne. There's a spin move. That was pretty cool, I guess. Only to get 0 yards on 1st and 2nd down. There's Eldridge to make the catch. I'd like to convince myself that we actually still have a chance, but it's going to be pretty close to impossible. And LeBourne can't step up in the pocket. Do you know why? Because the fucking offensive lineman falls down, gets bodied, and trips up my quarterback. Snap the ball. Touchdown, Keontae LeBourne. Yeah, we sure could use the onside. Sure could use it. Not on this occasion. And I'd love a fumble one time on one of those. One time. I know our defense needs help. You know how I know our defense needs help? Because they always need help. It's 27-14. We have one timeout left. So we need to score in the next 30 seconds. And it might just be Ware burning down the field. That might be our only chance. We need to time it. Couldn't do it. He actually does have decent speed on these Georgia State corners. Under pressure, work back to the ball. Red timed it because I thought it was going to be a jump ball, but it was not. Okay. Please, someone win down the field. Please, offensive line, protect for long enough. Going to Fulgham. He drops it. 4th and 10. Like they're pressing on the outside. Maybe we have a chance. No time. Running back doesn't find it. We're going to drop a 5th straight. That was like a frustration type of game. We really could have been in that more, and I mean, our defense was absolute dog shit again, but I don't know what happened to the defense. They were okay. If they were just able to play up to the okay level, that would be great. They're not even, they're so bad that it's 10, 15, 20, 30 yards every single play on defense. Compare the first and the second half of this video. The emotions have changed. I don't know what's happening, but they are incapable of getting any stop. That hopefully will help, though. Right tackle Emmanuel Obata from Lufkin will be coming to UL Monroe. Now that these guys are committed, I don't really think we need the hard commits at this point. I think these hours can be... Maybe we'll leave 5 on. I think we're fine with the verbals. I'm pretty sure. It would be bad to be wrong. I want to make sure everyone's aware of that. It would be bad to be wrong. But we need more help. We need more speed at receiver. We need better offensive linemen. We need so much help. We need a better defense, obviously. But it's like one thing at a time. We just can't catch a break. At least Nick Lozano's close. Let's use these 10 skill points to potentially scout a receiver. Here's what we're going to do. Wide receiver type speedster. I have a feeling that these guys could be quick. Maybe even fast if we're lucky. Who's even available? Greg Zuber, unfortunately, has an offer. Alan Ward from Pensacola. He's looking for a little bit here, but hey, maybe there's something. We're just actually going to assume he's just fast. And we'll hopefully try to get him. South Alabama to end the year. Here's what I do want to point out. First of all, what a legendary collapse. We were legitimately talking about the college football playoff at some point. That's funny. If we win this game, though, we can still improve on our record from a year ago. We can still do it. Something I've noticed that I don't like is in the depth chart, which we're going to reorder based on overall, but LeBourne is still going to be the starter, of course, is off the edge. We went from our edge rushers to Noah Fleming's playing off the edge. He actually does have 81 power moves, but I think that's worse. I think that's worse because he's way better off the ball. Way better. Jackson Parker, we can maybe do that. Maybe this could be why the defense is playing absurdly bad. Maybe. I really can't tell you. Either way, it's been an unbelievably bad collapse. We just had a stretch in there where we just were in the flow state. We were staying in every game. We were competing. We were coming back to win when we needed to. It's just falling apart. We're going to bring the P4 Warhawk alternates back out. Maybe this is what we need. All right, this is what we need. A sacrifice. No, that's crazy. We do need to figure out a way to win this game. Going 6-0 to finish 6-6 would be just crazy. That's a good start. Fulgham makes the catch. Let's keep the pedal to the metal. And we're going to have better players next year too, I hope, at some positions. We're going to have more firepower on offense. There goes Bryson down to the 1. Now we just need to punch it in. Touchdown. The running game has worked against some teams. I cannot believe our defense just got to stop. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable scenes. Sometimes the running game does not work. We have an injury. But our defense actually got to stop. We're playing with the lead, a rarity. That looked like a pretty good route by Gavin Howard. He was flying out of that. Out of his stance there. The break, didn't really sink his hips so well, but it's pretty good. We're not taking the points. Maybe we should to just go up 10-0. Because I can't tell you the last time we were even in this position. But we're going for it. Touchdown, Gavin Howard. 14-0. This feels like my new national championship. South Alabama on the board. South Alabama driving again. Come on. Ooh, that looked like a little bit of a fake or some type of trickery. But we contain it enough, and they go for it on 4th down and get 23 yards. Down to the 2. I don't even know who we're controlling. All right, found Bailey. They tried a screen. Didn't work. Second and goal. They're going to run it. We're right there. No, sir. Gain of 2, but that's fine. Third and goal. Man coverage against the slot. Oh, they're going to do a little wide receiver screen. Nothing doing. And they're going to leave the offense out on 4th and goal. I mean, surely this is a pass. I think we know that. It is a pass, and it is a touchdown. Tie game. Oh, my God. I'm ready for season 3. We're going to run. There goes LeBourne. He scrambles for it. I want this 7th regular season win so badly, just so we can show some improvement. There's some significant wind going on, and we have to drill a 53-yard field goal for the lead. The wind was blowing 13 miles per hour to the other side, and it doesn't even touch the ball at all. How is that a miss? And it stays tied at 14. We know he wants to run. He's going to throw on the run. It's incomplete. Punt the ball back. All right, let's go. 3:19 to play. I can't tell you the last time we were in one of these spots in the 4th quarter where we can actually play and potentially win the game. Fulgham drops the ball. That's a great release. Way to get open at the top of the route there. Good ball. First down. I mean, good things don't even feel good anymore. It just feels like at least it wasn't something bad. That's how bad it is. Gavin Howard with nowhere to go. All right, last play before the 2-minute timeout. It's a 2nd and 12, and we're getting on the move. We're going to run. We had a lead blocker. Doesn't matter, caught from behind. We'll take the positive play, though. There have been so few of them over the last 6 games. Will we be able to nail the next kick with the win? That'll be an interesting question. We obviously missed the last one. It's not a given. There's the check down to Gavin Howard, and it's a lot of yards after the catch. South Alabama going to call timeouts. Ball on the 12, though. We are in such a good position to win this game. Absolutely cannot blow it. Nice block from LeBourne. Walker doesn't give us much. South Alabama with just 1 timeout remaining. These option plays can get a little bit funky if things don't go well, but we're going to hope they go well. There goes Keontae LeBourne. He slides. South Alabama has called their final timeout. And we will keep it on the ground on 3rd and 4. We are playing for the first here, though. And we're going to get close, but we're going to play for the field goal. Hopefully we don't miss it. Okay. Slightly easier kick here. Got less of a bad angle. For the lead. Kick is good. 17-14 with 14 seconds to play. South Alabama needs 3. They have no timeouts. If they get a big play down the field here, though, there is actually a chance. And that's a decent start for them. 7 seconds to play. And I'll tell you, field goal range looks far away. Huntington screaming in. Shot down the field. There's not a flag here. There can't be a flag. How is it roughing the passer? How could it be? I need to see it. I need to see it. Why? Why? Oh my. So we ran past him on purpose, and he comes back and tackles him. What the fuck? And it puts them in field goal range. No, it doesn't. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They're going to be iced, though. This is a deep field goal. Blocked by McCormick! Recover the ball! Jump on it! Yes! (17-14). We do not lose 6 consecutive. Oh my gosh, dude. 7 regular season wins. We still are not really able to run the ball that well. 3.1 per carry. But we have managed to win a game. I forgot what it felt like. I really did. I mean, that really actually was our national championship, a 17-14 win over South Alabama. Tavian St. Clair at Nebraska might win the Heisman. But our regular season is over. 7-5. It's an improvement on last year. So we have to feel good about that part. Final numbers here for Keontae LeBourne. Of course, there will be a bowl game. 18 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. And keep in mind, probably 5 or 6 of these came in the last 4 or 5 weeks. So really kind of fell apart at the end of the year. Like, that's tough. We didn't really have much of a running game. Like, only 4.3 per carry is pretty low at the college level. We didn't really have many receiving threats. I mean, 6 touchdowns for Gavin Howard is great. And we'll see who we're actually able to retain. And the defense was so bad over the 6-game stretch. 15 TFLs for Bailey led the way. He also had a team-leading 7.5 sacks. 2 interceptions for Carl Fontroy. Zy Jackson, our best corner, got hurt. Like, that could be a factor in why we were playing so badly with a broken hand. Don't need a broken hand to cover. Get back in the game. But yeah, that was a pretty bad stretch here in 2027. But, you know, I like where we're going to be for the future. We have Nick Lozano on the verge of committing. So we should be adding a good wide receiver. Joel Ndukwe should be an upgrade on the defensive line somewhere. Markel Cheeks should be an upgrade somewhere in the secondary. So I feel pretty good about that. We have Emmanuel Obata is soft committed for now. Trying to have upgrades on the offensive line and also at wide receiver. So we'll put more points on Allen Ward. A lot of these true freshmen probably would come in and play right away. So we need to get everybody that we can. But if you remember this time last year, we had 0 players committed. And through the offseason, actually, we had 0 players committed. So we ended up getting Keontae LeBourne at the last moment. And now Mizzou has offered on Joel Ndukwe. That complicates things slightly. Slightly. That's actually very annoying that they've pulled this stunt. Extremely annoying, actually. Markel Cheeks is about to commit. Here's what we're going to do. We've got NIL for a reason, right? This is when we're going to use it. He wants 80. We've really got no choice but to try and match that and try to race to the finish line here. Will Mizzou be able to chase us down? It's a possibility, but obviously this is now when we have to offer the scholarship. And hopefully that's going to be enough. So if Mizzou chases us down, I will be extremely sad. But obviously with our performance, we have basically nothing in the offseason to look forward to. We finished 4th in the West in the Sun Belt. James Madison made a recovery, but it was App State's year. 7-1 in conference play. I think we probably need to go ahead and fire our coordinators. They sucked. Markel Cheeks is verbally committed. So we do add a 3-star cornerback. That's big. And our goal was to win 25% of our conference games this season. We did that. 37%. We did it. We accomplished the goal. And I think we will be able to hold off Mizzou. Barely. But I think we will be able to. So Cheeks is now committed. I think we can take these 40 points off and put them somewhere else. I'm thinking the verbal should mostly be good enough. So we'll see how that goes. We need to look at linebacker, but unfortunately, I really feel like I need to scout linebacker. But if we go after lurkers, I think we can assume they're going to be a little bit faster, so it's maybe not so much of a deal. I think speed kills. We've really seen what a lack of speed will do to our defense. And we're not really going to be able to find any at outside linebacker. So that's tough. What about at Mike? Are there more options? Okay, there are some more options. But hopefully, these guys do not end up getting offered. I like Jaquan Dyson, athlete. The athletes, I think, are generally going to be better athletes. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I mean, they should have the ability to play multiple positions. And that should mean they're faster, because maybe they can play safety. Maybe they can play corner, even in some cases. Obviously, you're not going to see a 6'3", 244-pound corner, although it may be. But at 6'2", 206, it's not absolutely impossible. So we need to try to get some linebackers. We know we're going to lose our best one. We're going to lose a lot of talent. We don't have basically any talent, but the talent we do have, we're going to lose it. And let's think about the staff here. Ojanaka and Shepard both have F prestige. They both suck, really, at being coaches. It might be worth spending a little bit if we can bring in guys that will make a moderate difference. We'll see. We're going to fire both the coordinators. The coach stability is going to be pretty bad, but maybe the prestige can go up. And we'll see what happens with that. So right now we have 0 NIL because we upgraded the facilities, but I'm also just down to get new coordinators in and try to build up that prestige with a better season and different schemes. So also hoping that. Abram Murray is looking to transfer potentially, which would be a tough loss. He's a really good kicker. Not that we kick too often, but when we did, he gave us a really good chance to make those. And again, I feel pretty good about winning 7 games. If you told me we'd go 7-5 at the start of the year, I would have taken it. If you told me we would start 6-0 and finish 7-5, obviously would have been a little bit more disappointed at that. We do get a verbal commitment from Nick Lozano, the big 6'4" wide receiver from Duncanville. We do get Joel and Dukeway. Even with Mizzou making a push, I need to point out, though, that's a verbal commitment. So that is not a guarantee that he's with the program to this point. Tavian St. Clair is your Heisman winner as Nebraska continues to roll. We'll be playing Temple in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. And that, I imagine, takes place at Coastal Carolina University. So we'll see what happens with that. But we have completed every single athletic director goal for the second straight season. So I feel good about that. We will end up signing at least one 3-star recruit or better. That's a guarantee. So what do we need to focus on? Hiring better coordinators could be good. I think we have $0 for this, unfortunately. We do. But just bringing in somebody else that doesn't have F prestige, D- is already better than what we were dealing with before. So I think we do need to focus on a recruiter type. Like bringing a level 13 recruiter could be good. And we'll take a look. It really just can't be worse than what we just dealt with. I mean, things were looking good after the 13-0 start, but or 13-0, that would be sick. After the 6-0 start, but things fell apart pretty quickly. But early National Signing Day is here, and we've got a couple of these guys to sign on the dotted line. Brenton Maddox is one that is guaranteed to be a Warhawk. Feel really good about him. Bron Shifty, pretty good. He's got impact dev. Was hoping, obviously, for a bit more. Nick Lozano has signed on as well. Only normal dev for him, but we know he's got good speed, if nothing else, and good size. Can potentially win on the outside. Joel and Dukeway, I can't imagine is going to flip here. He's got impact dev as well. We're going to take off Send the House because he's already signed. Markel Cheeks as well, only normal dev, but does have 80 man coverage. Zone is a different story. Emmanuel Obata, normal dev. So we really haven't done too well in that regard to this point. As Wake is going after Alan Ward, but is not offered a scholarship. We might end up having to offer a scholarship, which we don't really have the NIL to be able to do that, really. But we'll see what happens. Trying to win our 8th game for the first time since 2012, I believe. So we'll see if we're able to do that. I would take 8-5. You're seeing progress here in the Gene Dangus era. It's slow progress, but it's progress. There is 62 overall. I don't think it needs to be said. We've got to win this game. We absolutely have to win this game. The P40 Warhawk kind of looks good with this. We really didn't even run the black helmet out there. So that's interesting, but let's run that. To win our 8th game of the year, we'll need to beat the Temple Owls. God, we play so many owl mascots, and there aren't many. I think, are there 4? FAU, Temple, Rice. I feel like there's another. Kennesaw State. Yes, that is the last one. And I have a Kennesaw State hoodie they sent me the Owls, and it's got a big fucking owl on it. All right. It's okay. Bit of a miss. And if you guys, hey, I'm going to say this until the end of time. You guys might recognize this field. This is the field that I dominated in real life flag football in the BDGE flag football game. So I'm used to playing great on this field. 3 touchdowns. 2 interceptions. On defense, of course. Absolute domination. Multiple 2-point conversions. God, fuck. 3rd and 16. Backed up to our own 3. It is a bowl game, but it also doesn't not matter. There's one bowl win in the history of this program, and it was last year. It just immediately shoots to red. I don't really understand that when you're trying to time it. I don't really get timing it up, I guess. Pretty good punt. Like, perfect. Unreturnable. That's all we had. Okay. But even though this is a bowl game, it's at the end of the year, it doesn't really impact much. It means something to me, damn it. So let's go out, Get some more reps for Keontae LeBourne. And try to win our second bowl game. It'd be the first bowl win for Keontae LeBourne, I know that. 4th and 5. He might transfer. Oh my God. What is this? Why? What's happening here? Oh my God. Okay, well. The meter's going crazy. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Kick is no good. Is the Temple crowd packed the stadium? The kicker can't even focus. He's one of the best kickers in college football. And of course, their quarterback's going to scramble. Oh my God. My life is hell. Please don't let him do it again. Touchdown. Okay. Temple out to an early lead. It's now 14-0. It's now 21-0. I'm so sick of this, dude. Play the moments is so fucking agonizing sometimes. Little check down, no ability to run after the catch there. Hey, if we make it 21-7, maybe it's not over. Maybe there's that. 55 seconds to play here in the first half. Incomplete. .49 seconds. Stepping up with LeBourne. Can we get a block? We did get a block. .40 seconds. We're going to keep getting on the move. They can't stop us. There goes Keontae LeBourne. 8 for 28. He's on fire. Make that throw, please. Gosh. Just not where it needs to be. And of course, it's dropped. There goes LeBourne. We're going to call it time. Third and inches. Can we not slot fade Eldridge? Left trigger now, which is not doing anything. I guess we can't. Okay. Bullet. Oh my God, what a catch that would be. I mean, this is just a tough part of the year, right? And slot fade is just not working. So. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nice throw. Good conversion. Let's call a timeout. Actually, maybe not. We might be able to get another playoff if we don't. Slant touchdown, Gavin Howard. He's a touchdown machine. He's had a great year. It's 14-24. We just can't stop Temple. They're a 62 overall. Fourth quarter. We're still actually in the game, if you can believe it. And there's still time to do something here. Second and 1. Get on the move. There goes LeBourne. We just need a flag on that. They're hitting him so late out of bounds. How are they allowing this? Eldridge makes the catch. I'd love a comeback to go 8-5. Dude, 8 wins at ULM seems like a good year. Snap the ball. Deep shot. Oh, that's there. That's open. And that's a completion. Keontae LeBourne dials up a deep shot. Tremaine Ware with the catch. Good separation. And that's going to be picked. I thought he was running in, and then he cut out. That's gonna probably do it. I thought he was running an in-breaker. You just got to know the routes. He didn't. High point, not going to get there. Dude, the linebackers that we play against are the best cover players I've ever seen. Stepped right into a sack and trying to throw the ball, and it's 4th and 13. And that is likely going to be the game. 27-14. It's done. We just need a fresh start. Season 3 will be a new season. We finished with the exact same record from a year ago. We allowed 21 points in the second quarter to Temple, man. God, like, I know we struggled offensively, but it's so tough in play the moments because you have, like, most of your opportunities are 3rd and 8. And if your defense doesn't get a stop ever, it's just, you've got one chance to make a play every game. And it's just a tough stretch, right? So, pretty bad performance to go 1-6 in the final, like, you know, part of the year, but it happens. We got new coordinators, and hopefully we have a better 2028. I want to play for the Sun Belt title. We've got reinforcements on the way. This is going to be a good year coming up. You want an update around college football? Here is the college football playoff bracket. Memphis was undefeated until getting blown out by Miami. So, I mean, certainly a good run from them. And it's Miami UCLA in the CFB semifinal. South Carolina making quite a run, dominating Georgia after barely beating Arizona State. They'll play Ohio State for a chance at the national title game. And I can only say so many times. I've been here before, right? Unfortunate games, wish we could have back. Gavin Howard probably about to transfer. So that sucks. But there will be more receivers that I think can play to that level. It's UCLA and Ohio State for the national championship. But obviously, if you've played college football before, you know the process. Like, we're just getting started. We need a big offseason. We've got to kill the transfer portal. We're in a bit of a tough spot. We do get more dynasty points. We're up to 440 right now. And we're going to need to set the next season roster NIL. And there are a number of players that want to transfer. So let's see who those are going to be. Starting at quarterback, Keontae LeBourne actually not very interested in transferring out. Let's see how true that is. There's a visual glitch right now that you have to back out to see what it actually is. So hopefully with 25, we're going to be okay. I don't care if any of the backup quarterbacks want to transfer out. It's just not really worth paying them when we expect LeBourne to stay healthy. We might just have to give him 55, which that's okay. Don't really need anybody else. Normal development. We do need a backup, but I'm expecting that not every one of these guys will transfer out. At running back, we're going to lose Bryson Rowland. He wants 130. He's not going to get 130. But it's like, I just can't. We're not going to lose everybody. So we'll look at the high-risk players at the top. Parker Fulgham wants out. He was a good player for us. But I think we're mostly just going to let anybody transfer out that wants to. Every receiver is not going to transfer out. It just can't happen. But it doesn't make sense to pay these guys 100 NIL points or 190 in the case of Tremaine Ware. There's no way. So if they want to transfer due to playing time, go transfer. I'm not giving my backup running back 90 NIL to stay. I'm not going to lose the whole roster. We're capped to, I think, 15 in this series. So, you guys want to transfer out? Good luck playing elsewhere. Everyone saw what you did this year. You suck. And I can say that now because I don't expect them to be on the team. So, we have 450 NIL points. We have a couple of new coordinators who now have F Prestige now that they're at UL Monroe. We could spend 450 to upgrade to Premier Facility. That actually might be worth it. If we're going to let everybody go, we get plus 4% progression. I don't know that you necessarily need a national powerhouse, but Premier Facility at the 150 annual cost, I actually think that's probably worth it. The plus 4% progression and the upgrade to a C+ grade, I think, is actually pretty important. So we're going to try that. It's not necessarily important to max everything out, but I think that could be something that's good as Ohio State beats UCLA 13-10. I am perfectly comfortable letting everybody transfer as long as we can keep Keontae LeBourne. That's going to be the one. So we're going to see who we're about to lose. Let's go over it. Tremaine Ware is gone. Joe Basley, Steven Evans, Bryson Rowland, Jay Harper, Ethan Bailey, Bryson Kimbrough, Landon Graves. A lot of these guys not even playing, like not starters. Noah O'Malley. Nolan Anderson was a starter. Fred Clark was okay. We're losing a lot of players. Noah Flemings, though, is expected to get drafted. So that's nice. Projected to be an early day 3 pick. I don't mind that. That's pretty good for us. We also are going to go into recruiting here. We know we're going to get the points on scouting linebackers. Probably will do the same with defensive linemen and also probably wide receiver, just so we can get an idea of that speed here pretty quickly. Yeah, Bryson Rowland had to go. He wasn't particularly good. We have a better running back coming in. We are going to need to go crazy in the transfer portal. I'm not sure how that's going to happen. We're going to have a very, very low number of players actively on the roster. That's going to be an issue. But maybe less is more. That could be. Noah Flemings does end up going in the 4th round, but that's our best player off the roster. So while that's good, we still have a lot of problems on the team. So let's hit the transfer portal, get to work on that, and See if we can continue to go after some of these players we've already been going after. Obviously, we know a lot of players are going to be leaving, but we could potentially kill the portal here because a lot of these guys don't even really want anything. You can get 3-star transfers for cheap, freshmen. A lot of these guys could be impact players for us. So we're going to take a look around again. The strategy remains the same. Try to go after under-recruited, underappreciated players and see if we can ideally sign like 20 players here or more. At least 20. Okay, so here we have 0 NIL left. But what we have done after we have, just 5 players committed, that's already, 5 times as good as it was last year. We've added a bunch of players to the board who are currently lacking scholarship offers, and in a lot of cases have offered them scholarships, actually in every case. So in some of these cases, we are unfortunately not in the picture, but I'm wondering if because they don't have any scholarship offers, they will enjoy going to college for free and accept our offers and end up on our roster. And that includes 2 5-star transfer receivers. So we're going to find out, right? We're going to find out. We've got to offer some scholarships, though, on a couple of other players. But, hey, it would be very, very nice if we were able to bring these guys in. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I do. I have a scholarship. Why does it? Oh, okay. Never mind. We didn't offer these guys. Anyway, the players that do not have scholarship offers, I've offered on. So we'll see if they want to go to college for free or if they don't care about getting an education. So we'll see if this is going to work. I think because they don't have offers that they would go somewhere where they can get a scholarship, but I don't know. If this doesn't work out, we're going to end up with a class of between 5 and 10 players, unfortunately. If it does work out, we're obviously going to have a lot more. So after getting just 1 committed last year, I'm hoping we can jump up a little bit. And we might be able to land the top class in the Sun Belt if this were the case. So this is the final week. It may not show us at this point, because if you remember last year, we did have a couple players that ended up, or at least one player that ended up signing with us, and because he didn't have a scholarship offer, he ended up changing and going somewhere where he did have a scholarship offer. In that case, it was the right tackle. I believe his name was Topa, or something like that, and he ended up going to Mississippi State. So there are a couple of these guys who have, decided to commit elsewhere, but I'm wondering if we end up seeing any of these names on our roster. So it'll be something that's interesting to monitor. We'll find out, because I feel like the scholarship could make the difference, but maybe not. A lot of these guys have locked us out or not made decisions, but it'll be important to remember some of these names and see if they end up changing their minds. Like Michigan did offer the scholarship late on Taylor Edmond, so he'll end up there. Jamaris Wilder is going to go to Florida State. He got an offer. But it may not be the case for everybody, because we have offered on some of these players. So we'll find out. But we will go to position changes. Right now, we're a little light on the roster. We really don't have many positions to change, but at least at this point, we get to see these starting overalls for a few of these players. Nick Lozano, I think, is going to end up playing receiver. Although at 6'4", 200 pounds, could be a very interesting running back, I guess. Tight end we knew was going to be an option. He could play corner, and that's a lot of speed to go out there. He's got 73 man coverage. What's his zone? We can't tell, even at safety. We can see what his skill caps would be. Does that stay the same at every position? I guess it does. So, I guess we've got a decision to make regarding receiver versus corner. I guess Parker Fulgham didn't end up transferring. Gavin Howard didn't end up transferring. But corner's like pretty bad. Markel Cheeks only has normal development. We don't really have a lot of speed there either. I mean, it's a weak roster right now. There's no way around it. We kind of put him anywhere. Joel Ndukwe is a 65 overall edge, I believe. Could also play defensive tackle at 293 pounds. Got only 61 block shed, though. I think we are going to play him off the edge. Power moves could go up really high. He actually has very few skill caps. So we'll throw him off the right edge. And I think we probably need Lozano to play corner, where he's a pretty good athlete. He's got 95 change of direction. His route running's not great. His hands are not great. But maybe he could be a solid corner. And at 6'4", that's pretty fun. We're going to throw him at corner. Keontae LeBourne, 39 skill points after a good true freshman season. He's going to end up getting way more expensive, but he should be way, way better. And he was already pretty good. Obviously, it was not perfect, but he's going to end up being way better. The accuracy's already looking really good. I obviously want to upgrade the awareness. If we're going to be simulating, that's going to be super important. So he's up to a 79 overall. He's going to have dot as well. He's going to be a lot more expensive next season. I know that. But he's also going to be a lot better next season, which is the big thing. Okay, so we have made it to the preseason of 2028. Let's see the roster. I think we have a small amount of players. And this is what we're looking at. Keontae LeBourne at quarterback, up to a 79 overall. At running back, we're going to feature the new freshman Brenton Maddox, who I'm hoping is going to end up being a great player for us. I think the speed is just already game-breaking. 92 speed, 92 acceleration. Stamina's great. He can return kicks. Change of direction's great. Yeah, the juke and spin are not very good. But in terms of straight line speed, he's absolutely excellent. Route running and just general running back things don't look very good. But I'm hoping he's going to be a good player for us. He's probably going to be... I mean, it's going to be tough to start him at running back because his awareness, ball carrier vision, carrying are all so incredibly low. So I don't know that he's going to simulate especially well. At wide receiver, we did bring in Cialis Blackman. It's going to be stiff competition at receiver, but we did end up getting the players we offered scholarships to. Alan Ward is here. DeMarco Blanton, of course. Ward's got 89 speed, only normal development. Parker Fulgham is the only player on the team at receiver with above normal development. At tight end, it's a weak group overall. The offensive line is not significantly better. Freddie Gavin does look fairly good, though. Lorenzo Locke is in here as a freshman right guard, as is Benjamin Gent. I'm really hoping we're going to be able to keep these guys. And, of course, the freshman Emmanuel Obata only has normal dev, is a 66 overall. Joel Ndukwe, I think, has potential to grow. But, unfortunately, is kind of bad right now. But that's, like, what you can expect from most three-star recruits and obviously players that were kind of passed over in the portal. We didn't get any of the defensive tackles, so that is a major issue. We didn't get any linebackers, so that's a major issue. We do have RJ Hall at corner, though, who's fairly good. Nick Lozano, obviously, who moved to corner. We got a lot of holes. We got a great kicker, though. Oh, my goodness, the kicker. So good. But, yeah, I mean, it's a light roster. It's going to be tough to build up. I think we really are going to need to heavily recruit 2 stars. It's really not great. Now, the thing that we can do, though, because obviously we have 1 defensive tackle, how do you even do that? Pretty easily. You don't bring in anybody in recruiting. Joel Duke weighs 293 pounds, so he's going to make that transition pretty easily. Sam Reeves could play there. We don't have any depth at linebacker even, though. We're probably going to have a safety come up and play linebacker. We're running on a remarkably thin roster. Where are the walk-ons? Maybe we bit off a little bit more than we could chew by upgrading the facilities so much. We do get +4 to total progression. +4%. But we're going to be basically running on fumes, trying to recruit. Again, we have 575 this year. It is a big boost on what it was last year. And we're going to have to use every dollar of that to actually field a team. And unfortunately, yeah, it's going to have to be featuring some 2 stars. Hell, we might even go after players with no head. The players we have currently on the team don't have brains anyway, so what's the difference? That's going to do it for this video, guys. We've got a lot of work to do still, but I'm going to tell you, this team has as much talent as any team that we've had. So that's something to think about. And, you know, hopefully we can find a way. Maybe one of these guys is going to have to play defensive tackle. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.